Here I stand, light-footed at the edge of the world, unchained, untethered. The soles of my feet barely touching the ground. Gravity's becoming cloudy now. Nothing is holding me back anymore. In truth, only one thing would. It always was and is and will always be my choice alone that ever could. For what I choose to surround will either free or bound, and the choice for either one is within me found. Here I stand now, light-footed, the very edge of the world. I'm unchained, untethered, the tip of my toes barely touching the ground. Gravity is losing me now. One by one, they all fell away, everyone and everything. During those times I felt my life was a joke, all areas just more suffering. My hands were burning and my feet were on fire, 'cause of what and who I held and where I long stood. But as I breathed my last sigh, raised my gaze to the sky, I ascend now within to my good. Here I am now, lighthearted, no longer part of the world. I'm reclaimed, reconnected. The sight of the ground can no longer be found. Gravity has no claim on me. Gravity,
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this great big earth. What one might call under the dome. Instead of a baseball field, today we're on the big flat earth playing field of football. You'll have to forgive me if I go a little bit dark here. It is 3 o'clock in the morning here in Hiroshima. Got ourselves a game today. One of the most important and challenging games of the year for the Texans, that's for sure. I think so far it is the most important and most challenging game, and there are a couple of reasons why. One of those reasons why is because the Texans have had the opportunity to play multiple games this year. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, they've had some time to try to work out some of their kinks, and they've had a little time to gel a little better. They've had time to try to adjust, recognize their weaknesses, and try to improve, etc., etc. And because of that, I feel like they've had ample time to get their act together. It's not like they have 160 games in a season. They have a limited amount of time to get things together. So this is the first big test that they'll have after having some of that time to get things together. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up my chat so I can see what you guys and gals are saying. This is my 360th live video, or 360th video period on this channel. Let me pull up my chat so I can see what. Because it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to be talking very loud, I think. In the other room in there, Glenn is still lying down. Hopefully he is able to sleep and I don't bother him. I'm hoping so. I'm not worried about the Jays next year. I'm worried about the Astros. Yeah, I definitely look forward to the Astros booting the Dodgers again. Look at the bright side. Dodgers didn't beat the Astros, not even one game this year. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. That's good stuff right there. So at least we have that. Blue Jays fans are upset, but Astros fans don't have to be upset. All we have to say is let the Dodgers say whatever they want. We destroyed them this year. World Series or not, they couldn't beat us, not even one game. So the joke's on them. Daryl, Richard, welcome. Good to see you. Looking forward to this game big time. I'm actually looking forward to this much better than the World Series games. Got nothing against the Broncos personally. But the Texans is a team I can fully get behind, you know what I'm saying? Kickoff is coming up in just a moment. The Texans are going to get it. Kicker almost falls down on the kickoff. Smith fields it a few yards deep, and he brings it all the way out to the 25-yard line, and that is, 35. I looked off for a second, and he got out to the 35-yard line. That was a good return. About 38 yards from inside the end zone.
He looked very comfortable in the pocket
all right, light up that Bronco defense, says Brutus. Absolutely, I agree. And there he is. There's the man. Mr. Stroud. I need to adjust my preview screen. My preview screen is a little off. Me just a little bit. First play from scrimmage is Chubb right up the middle. He's down to the 38-yard line, so 3 yards pick up by Chubb.
That's going to be a huge thing, but as Allison pointed out,
you'll have to forgive me if I make my replays really short. I'm going to do my best to show what I can. I will say that the NFL and the MLB have been good at, I mean, I've complained in the past before about them making claims on my clips, and it's fair because it does belong to them. 2nd and 8, a short 8. Here's the throw from Stroud, tipped, threw it into double coverage there. It was still about 2 yards shy of the first down marker, but now it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that's going to be the big question, right? We always talk about the combination of
got to be able to throw the ball. You're right about that, Daryl.
We know about them as outside rushers, great push in the middle.
Against this defense, we're going to have to be able to do both, though. I think it's going to have to be running and throwing. Got to be good at both. 3rd and 8, this is a big opportunity. See what they can do on 3rd and long. Stroud in the shotgun. There's the toss. Right up the middle. He's got a first down. Nice. Nico Collins with a 10-yard gain. Here, I can show you a replay. This is what I want to try to focus on, is showing these replays so you can see
based
exactly
on
what
how
happened.
the play looks preset right there. You could see the distance that was given up by Chris Abrams' drain
Perfect
in
throw.
that coverage. That's easy for Nico Collins, and they just have that
First down.
unspoken connection that's really exciting and hard to defend between quarterback and wide receiver.
Ball on
Jumbo
the
package again with the 6th offensive lineman for Houston,
47-yard line, looks like.
Harrison Bryant, the
Little
motion
handoff
man.
right up the
This is
middle.
what he marks.
That's what he marks. He only gets 2.
Forward for a yard to the 48. You know, it's been a bit of a seesaw for the Houston offense the last couple of weeks in Seattle and then home against San Francisco. Fewest yardage and the most.
You know, yesterday was a record-breaking day for my channel.
The big thing when you go to Seattle,
My
is
previous
location.
record was
Very difficult place to
about
play.
8,000 views
And I think that impacted
on a
the
video, and
offensive
that was
line.
one of the
They
World
really
Series
struggled that night.
games.
Getting back
That
home
broke
into
my
your home
previous
field
record
environment is
of about
momentum. It allows
5,000.
you to make changes at the line of scrimmage, get into the right play.
Here's the play from scrimmage, 2nd and 8. Right up the middle, marks again. This time he's stuffed. Not quite sure why they decided to do that. I also feel like I'm getting mixed messages here. Didn't the Texans say that they didn't want to use Marks too much just for running? Now they've used him twice right up the middle. Nothing doing here, as you see. Only 3rd and long again.
In today's NFL, it's going to be a great matchup when we talk about run game.
Another 3rd and 8.
Defensive line, tight ends and linebackers.
10 seconds left on the clock, on the snap clock. Stroud in the shotgun. 7, 6, 5, 4. Here's the snap. He drops back. He's got just a moment. He throws it. He's got a man. Awesome. Christian Kirk, rather. Nice throw over to the near side, right along the line, right along the sideline. 1st down. Take a look at this route at the bottom in Broncos territory now. Good to see Collins back. Yep, it is Darryl.
That shows you the confidence that C.J. Stroud is playing with today.
Got Kirk in there. Got Collins. Got the ball on the 39-yard line of the Broncos. Stroud drops back. Got him. He's looking for a man. He has to run forward. He gets about 1 yard. He avoids the sack. Scrambles forward. It'll be 2nd and 9. You know, check this out. 12 straight games by the Broncos without allowing a touchdown. That's the longest streak in the NFL.
We've got a good plan without Pat Surtain. Obviously, we'd love to have him, but we know what we're going to do without him.
Yeah, and if anybody,
you know what, Richard? I don't know. I didn't see that information. I'm sure I'll see it. They'll probably show a video of the outside. Stroud's back to pass. He's got a man on the near side. He picks up about 7. Nice. 3rd and short.
I think
They said 3rd down and medium.
Huge pickup for this defense.
It's 3rd down and a short 4. I think that's. Who says 3rd down and medium? Are you kidding me? Whatever. 12 seconds left on the snap clock. Last week they had a 56% 3rd down percentage. Before that it was like 30%. Hey, he throws it over on the near side. Schultz is there, but he's about a yard shy.
You've got 4th down and 1 at the 30. Decision for D'Amico Ryan.
4th down and 1 at the 30-yard line. Are they going to kick it or go for it?
Last week, again, this is a different defense that you're going up with than you did against San Francisco. They were beat up in the defensive line. These situations.
It looks like they're going for it, guys.
With Seattle 2 games ago.
Yep, they're lined up. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Crowd is into it. It's a long one. 4th down and a long one. Stroud is in the shotgun. He's got one guy back. 3, 2. Here's the snap. Plays on the left side. He's got a man. Complete pass. He picks up just enough. 3 yards. On the left side, Kirk is over there. 1st down. Heck yes. Texans might be the first to score a touchdown against the Broncos in like a dozen games. How about that? How awesome would that be? That alone would be a big accomplishment for the Texans offense. 1st down from the 28-yard line. Stroud in the shotgun. He hands it off. Marks up the middle. Now that's nice. He got himself about 5 or 6 yards. Right up the middle. That was nice. Kind of softened up the Broncos defense there.
In that situation on 4th and 1, because you know it was a sticking point 2 weeks ago in that tough loss. To continue to build confidence.
Brutus says Stroud's on point, converting 3rd and 4th downs when games look like crap so far. Yeah, they've converted 3rd downs and then now one long 4th down. Stroud under center. He's got one guy in the backfield. He fakes the handoff and he rolls out to the side. He's got pressure and he has to throw it at the feet of Collins. Collins thinking that there's some kind of penalty there, but nothing is called. It's going to be 3rd and 5. That's a shame right there. They had an opportunity to pick up at least a couple more yards and make it more manageable, but instead the rollout just wasn't there. You can see that as soon as he gets the ball, he's got pressure on him, and he had to just throw it at the feet of Collins. Collins had 2 different guys on him. He wouldn't have gone anywhere. Good decision by Stroud instead of losing yardage by throwing it to Collins. 3rd and 5. 13 plays. This play number, maybe this is play number 13. He drops back in the pocket. Get out of there. He's going to be sacked. Oh my gosh. The pocket collapses.
Stroud, 37 sacks this year for the Denver Broncos and a loss of 9.
I don't know exactly how that happened. He should have gotten out of there. I need a better angle on this. Look at this angle. He should have. He didn't have much room to go up and get out of there. He just got stuck in there. Couldn't move forward. Didn't have anywhere to really go. Just backed up and got. He could have ran out, but it would have risked losing more yardage. So now it's 4th and 14. They're going to have to kick a field goal. Here it comes from Fairbairn, and it's no good. 51 yards, and he pushes it right.
He missed it wide to the right, and the Texans come up empty on the field goal. Fairbairn's
pushed it right.
Misses this season have been from beyond 50 yards. He's now 5 of
That's a 51-yard field goal missed by Fairbairn. He hasn't missed anything under 50 yards. All of his misses this season are over 50 yards. What a great drive. You're right, Brutus. You said it. You absolutely said it. Brutus says, oh my God, damn, this drive wasted. O-line pocket just getting collapsed by single coverage Broncos. Yeah, there were only 2 guys there. And it's kind of stupid because actually Stroud didn't have many choices there. It looked like the only choice he might have had was to just immediately run backwards and try to circle around to his left. But there was not necessarily any guarantee that that lineman wouldn't have been able to catch him. But he didn't really, unless he had acted sooner, he couldn't step forward in the pocket. He only had a split second, maybe 1 second or 2, to step forward in the pocket. But he was blocked off too quick. And by the time he was blocked off, he had, even though his offensive line was around him, the pocket was just collapsing in on him. Unfortunately, he didn't have any chances there. I think that on 3rd and 5, on 2nd and 5, they should have just ran it again. Because 3rd and 3, even if they only got 2 yards, 3rd and 3 would have been much better, much more manageable, right? And they would have been closer to the goal. They would have made a field goal even easier, and they would have eliminated the possibility of a sack. You know what I'm saying? If they had run it twice, they would have probably had a field goal that was about a 41-yard attempt instead of a 51-yard attempt. But it is what it is. Yes, Susan. Hey, Susan, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. And you're right. Rockets rolled over the Celtics. But you know what's funny is that Durant scored almost 30 points in the first 3 quarters. He didn't even play all of each quarter. But he scored almost 30 points, and they took him out and let him rest. He didn't even play the 4th. Rockets could have ran up the score. They could have beat him by 50. Could have scored 150 points yesterday. But it was unnecessary. They let some guys rest, so it's all good. Broncos have the ball on the 41-yard line. Pass play on the near side, caught. They're going to say incomplete. They say he trapped it in the grass, so 2nd and 10. As an LSU fan, Bo Nix is not somebody I like. So I'm more than happy to see the Broncos get crushed for multiple reasons. Brutus, thank you so much. I'm glad that we are in agreement. He's got a man in the backfield. Nix under center. Got a few seconds left. Snaps it, tosses it back, run right up the middle. Oh, defense softens up and lets him go forward for 8 yards. It's going to be 3rd and really short, 3rd and 2. What a big stop it would be for the defense right here if they could come up with it. Stop them right there. Make them punt immediately. Way too much of a gain there on a run right up the middle. Come on, Texans D. Let's see what you got. Show me, Texans D. Run right up the middle, and he's got it and a little bit more. He picks up about 5, so he's got the first down. 1st and 10. They cross the 50-yard line, so they're about to the 48-yard line of the Texans.
You can see that bubble, right? You think the play should get there. Just that little wiggle right there brings Azeez Al-Shire to the inside.
19 3-pointers.
Just that little hesitation right
That's
there.
nuts.
That's what opened up the outside running lane.
1st and 10. 10 seconds left on the snap clock. Nix under center. He's got one man in the backfield. They run it right up the middle. No, he swings it out to the right side. They're going to have the first down and a couple more. That's a 12-yard gain. A design run to look like he was going up the middle, but he swung it out to the right side. There was absolutely nobody out there. Stingley was over on the left side. Completely missed it. He went around Stingley. Stingley wound up driving him out of bounds, but he got there way too late. They picked up 12 freaking yards. Yeah, he hesitated too long. He was waiting for him to come inside, and because of that, he got around him. 41-year-old player on the Broncos. That's crazy. Nix in the shotgun. He's going to throw on first down. He throws it downfield, overthrows him. Terrible throw. 2nd and 10.
Thank you so much, Kevin. So the
Fake an onside kick. D-line got to save the day as usual, Brutus. And special teams, we can get them in better field position to succeed. Well, maybe not. I won't let the first drive determine, but, you know, to miss that field goal, miss that opportunity for a touchdown on the opening drive, that's unfortunate. But handoff on the right side, that was much better, much better. It picked up about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Broncos. Pull out the trick plays like college ball. Forget Bo Nix. Attack any of them. I agree. 4:45 left in the first. Time is ticking away. 3rd down and 8. Nix in the shotgun. He's going to throw. He's got a man. He falls down and drops the ball. Perfect. Perfect. I don't think he would have gotten the first down anyway. 3 Texans were on him. He should have caught it. It was in his hands. Look at this. Right in his hands. Whoops. Butterfingers. But he had 3 Texans waiting on him. I think he would have been about 3 or 4 yards shy of the first down. 4th and 8. They line up for the field goal. This is a... How long is this? 62. Oh, the kick is blocked. How about that? D'Amico Autry. 14th career block. 7 extra points, 4 field goals. This dude is a blocking machine. Look at this. How about that? Beautiful defense. Beautiful defense. Texans actually had a more impressive drive down the field than the Broncos did. I'm telling you, this is a team we can beat. I think that if we could mimic that last drive and it's just fine, I would just make a couple of small tweaks. I'm hoping that D'Amico and the offensive coach, I don't know the offensive coordinator's name, but I'm hoping that they can recognize that, make the necessary changes. If we look at the stats right now, total yards are actually in Houston's favor, 32 versus Broncos getting 26. Broncos don't have any passing yards. How about that? 0. Houston has 23. Where the Broncos have made progress is rushing. They've got 26 rushing yards. The Texans have 9. And actually, the Broncos have had fewer plays, so they're getting more yards per play. That's just because of the softness on the rushes. The Texans have, I'm still thinking about the Rockets. We were talking about them earlier. 3 first downs for the Texans, 2 for the Broncos. Both teams are 50% on third down, but the Broncos have only gone for a third down twice. They were stopped. So Texans beating them in that category. Texans are 1 for 1 on fourth down. But here's where the Texans are doing better. 13 plays versus 7. And unfortunately, how many sacks on Stroud? 2. 2 in the first drive. And they still managed to get the ball close enough for a field goal attempt. Time of possession is no comparison. 7:36 on that opening drive for the Texans, and he didn't come up with anything. About 2.5 minutes of possession for the Broncos.
That's the second block field
we are back. Stroud and the Texans will take over in their own territory at the 41-yard line. Pretty good field position. Stroud under center. He's got one man in the backfield. Throws it downfield. Way out of bounds. Incomplete.
This is not because Sean Payton didn't tell his guys about Danico Autry. He told them during the course of the week. He even got nostalgic and brought up Ted Hendricks and the amount of blocks that he has when you go inside. So this was something.
Brutus, thank you so much for that super chat. Brutus sent me $5 super chat and said that blocked kick was a lobster. It looked like a lobster. I might call those flobsters. Like a flopster. Here's the throw downfield. He's got a man wide open. Down to the 30, 35, 20, 25. All the way down inside the 15. Big, huge gain. Schultz was wide open, streaking across the middle. Stroud steps up in the pocket and finds his man. Look at him, wide open, throws it right in there, right in between the defenders. What an amazing throw and perfect catch and run. Holy cow, that looked like professional. That looked like NFL play right there.
Perfectly placed in stride, allowing the run after the catch.
First and down at the 12-yard line. How about that? Handoff right up the middle. Chubb. Oh, he keeps chugging. Chubb is chugging. He's chubbing right up the middle. Picks up about 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
This is one of the matchups we're going to keep an eye on all day.
Texans are indeed a beast. Let's get to the Super Bowl, guys. My first year calling the Texans games. How awesome would it be for them to just start rolling people?
how do you generate
and go to the
advantage? How
Super
do you
Bowl.
become the best red zone defense
The
in league?
Oilers never gave me a Super Bowl. Let's see if the Texans can do it. Come on, Stroud. He's got 2 men in the backfield. 2nd and 6, 5 seconds left on the clock. He's got the snap. He's back to throw. Come on, roll out, roll out. He rolls out. He backs up. He's got a little time. Go, go, go. He's going to run it in himself. He's got the first down. He dives forward, and there's a flag in the end zone. Stroud dives forward for the first down right as they hit him. He didn't slide. He dove for that first down. Good play there. There's a flag against Denver in the end zone. It's going to go Houston's way. Me likey. Tommy likey. Holding on the defense. Suck it. Half the distance from the end of the play. Collins was getting held, looks like. No, it wasn't Collins. My bad. I thought it was going to be Collins. It was...
I love the receivers. The exasperation.
No, it might have been. Might have been Collins. It was. I was thinking it was going to be Schultz at first, but it was somebody else that got held. Wow. Broncos are leading the NFL in penalties and penalty yards. 68 penalties for 617 yards. That's nuts. That can definitely work in the favor of the Texans. 1st and goal, baby. Here we go. From the 1-yard line. Handoff right up the middle. Chubb gets it and he doesn't go anywhere. He just gets to the line of scrimmage. He gets hit before he gets to the line. They don't lose anything, but they don't gain anything either.
I tell you, he's got that sixth sense for the football, Talanoa Hufanga. I mean, he's coming from back here.
Brutus says first play from the O-line, they protected Stroud longer than 1.5 seconds.
And be able to pull him backwards. When you have guys in the secondary that are that good.
2nd and goal from the 1.
It is hard to block them when they're inserted in.
2 guys in the backfield. He hands it off up the middle. He tries to power to the goal line. They haven't called it yet. They're going to mark it very close to the goal line, about on the half-yard line.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have a stumble right here by Juice Scruggs. You know, he kind of just gets to the ground. So
Woody was in the backfield. He went to the left.
That's going to free up the ability for
They went right up the middle.
make that hit on the ball.
Came up a little short. 3rd and goal. Come on, guys, punch it in. You got to punch it in right here. Got 1 minute left in the first. Stroud under center from the half-yard line. Another one right up the middle. Fullback spot up the middle. Extra push. The initial signal is he's down short. 4th and goal.
Against the best red zone defense in the NFL.
This is great effort by this defensive front of the Broncos. You get the push, you can see them control. They stand everything up, and then there's no movement. And I tell you, another great thing is they got British Brooks' hands.
Go for it if necessary, says Richard.
So he couldn't extend the ball.
You got to get a touchdown here. You really need to get that. They're going for it. There we go. Same stack. Quarterback push, but there is a flag, and it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Texans, of course. Of course. It is. False start.
And it's the rookie,
Ariante Ursary. And that's going to back them up 5 yards. Yep, on the left side, he did a false start. And Stroud finally keeps it on that play. He kept it into the quarterback sneak, and it looked like he got it. But it didn't matter. They bring in the kicker. Fairbairn's going to have a very short chip for 3 points. Are they going to get 3 in the first quarter? Got 15 seconds left on the clock. Come on, Fairbairn. Get those points on the board. Here's the kick. It's good. 3-0. Well, the good thing is there are only 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Only team to score in this quarter is the Texans. So that looks good on the scoreboard, right? 3-0 in the first quarter at the end of the first. Texans are controlling the clock. That's good. You know what? They're having a little trouble punching it in, but if the defense can just hold solid and the offense can grind it all the way down the field like they're doing and wear the clock out. I mean, holy cow, man. Look at the time of possession. The time of possession right now is crazy. 12 minutes of the first quarter, the ball was in the possession of the Texans. Less than 3 minutes, it was in possession of the Broncos. That's nuts. That's right, Bruce. They are dominating. They are making this game a Texans game. They've got the balance going on of throwing and running. Having a little issue getting it into the end zone. But if you're controlling the clock like that, you could have a low-scoring win. And like they say in the Jefferson song, ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up. Disappointing, but I'm going to stay upbeat. Thank you, Brutus. Let's stay upbeat together. He's going to kneel that one in the end zone, so touchback. And one more snap at least for the Broncos before we go to the second quarter. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, being here. Right now we got about 20 people listening in, watching along. Thanks for being here. I want to continue now that the MLB season is 100% officially finito. My desire is to continue to make my channel, my scoreboards, my in-game stats and stuff better and better, hopefully. That will just keep improving. Hand off to the right side. I just realized I still had my audio on. I didn't mean to have the audio on. That's no good. Great play on defense on the first down. On the very first play on first down, they handed off, immediately taken down in the backfield by the Texans, and that'll be a loss. That's the end of the first quarter. This whole time, I realized that I had the audio going. That's no good. That's going to be claimed. I'm going to get a big copyright claim on the first quarter of this game, I think. That's my bad. That's my bad. Yep, Daryl, that's right. We just need to not be sloppy with the ball. Gold says, hey, man, I know we wanted the Jays to win, but, man, they took $1 billion roster to Game 7 and almost won. How upset can I be? I still like the Blue Jays. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any ill will towards the Blue Jays. I'm disappointed that they couldn't pull it out when they were up. All they had to do was win one of two games, and they didn't even do that. They were up 3-2. And they fooled around in Game 6, in my opinion. And then once they got the runs in the game in Game 7, they just kind of sat on their hands, you know. They didn't keep the pedal to the metal. Remember how the Astros used to play during their last championship year? They were a keep the pedal to the metal team, you know. Even if they had 5 runs, they didn't stop. It didn't matter if it was the 8th inning and they were up by 7. They would keep playing hard, you know. They really were all about pedal to the metal all the time. Just keep playing hard. You never know what's going to happen in baseball. And having a lead of like 3-1 is definitely not enough. In my opinion, even if you're up by 5 runs, you got to keep the pedal to the metal. You got to keep trying as if you're losing. You have to keep playing really hard, you know. Sometimes I get audio copyright claims. But usually it's because of music, oddly enough. You remember yesterday in the Blue Jays game, I joked around and I played a very short clip of Take My Breath Away and Another song. Breathe Again. One of those got claimed. I had to cut it out. Can you believe that? I only played it for like 4 or 5 seconds. Second down. Next throws it way downfield. He's got a man open. It's knocked out. Great defense. Lassiter. That was great defense. A long throw downfield. It was one-on-one. He had a man. The throw couldn't have been better. But he came in right at the last moment. Take a look at this. I mean, just a tad early. Just a tad early, but the football winds up hitting him in the shoulder. 3rd down and 10. I thought they lost a yard or two on that first play, but apparently he got to the line of scrimmage. I don't know how that happened. He throws it to the left side, and it's knocked down. The defensive line bats it down. Wow, beautiful hands. Man, this defensive line is just knocking everything down. Kicks and tosses. Look at this. Nix immediately tries to throw it to the left side, and it's knocked down. Doesn't even have a chance to get to the receiver. It's 4th and 10. Nice. This defense is looking elite. It's a 3 and out for the Broncos. Here comes the punt. 14:51 left in the second. Jalen Noel is back to receive. Here's the punt. Texans don't block it, surprisingly. It's down to about the 21. He tries to run it back, but he's covered immediately. Texans are going to have it about the 20-yard line. 80 yards. Let's drive the field, baby. Let's take another 8 minutes off the clock. Brutus says we tried hard to root for the Blue Jays to win. None of us from Toronto, so we can be proud of our invested time. Yeah, I mean, even though I was covering it, I was rooting for them. Kind of the same here. Crowd hands it off right up the middle. Looks like Mark. He picks up about 2. Woody Marks up the middle for 2. Stroud is 6 for 9 with 79 yards right now. If he continues at this pace, he'll have 320 yards passing. That's a pretty quiet, that'd be a pretty quiet 320 yards. 80 in the first quarter is not bad. 2nd and 8. Marks is in the backfield alongside Stroud. Stroud's going to pass. He's got a little time. Come on. He throws it downfield. It's caught, but he's out of bounds. Maybe that preview was a little long. Offensive line pressure allowed for the first 6 games was 33%. Last week against San Francisco was only 20%, 21%. Bases loaded, but with 2 outs multiple times. You're right, Gold. They had 2 and 3 runners on multiple times with 2 outs. Stroud drops back. He runs forward. He's gonna get. Oh, he gets hit when he slides. That's got to be a penalty, and it is. Stroud gets nailed when he slides. Retard. Freaking retarded defender. Texans are over there defending him, pushing some guys around. They're pretty ticked off. Medical team immediately runs out on the field to check Stroud. What a retard. That defender came in and nailed Stroud from the side when he was sliding. Retarded plays like that. That guy right there should be kicked out of the game. I'm waiting for the replay. Karma will get them, my uncle says, not even worried about it. That's funny. Lots of people in the Buffalo region. Here it is right here. Look at this. Man. Freaking retard. Ladies in the audience there, they're very, very worried. Yeah, they're checking him out right now. And this guy's still hey, shut up. This dude is over there, like, shaking his hands and, shaking his head and put his hands up like, I don't know what I did wrong. You're a retard. That's what you did wrong. Your parents messed up. Your parents messed up with you, bud. Nailing a quarterback who's sliding. How stupid is that? He had plenty of time not to make that play. The stupid thing is that Stroud was sliding into another defender. He had a defender in front of him, and he was sliding into that defender. Guy comes in from the side, head first, and nails him right in the chest and slams his head to the ground. How stupid is that? Whenever people defend these guys, they always say, well, you're playing football. It's like war, and the adrenaline is so high. You can't control yourself in every one of the. Oh, shut up. You're talking to a guy who played several sports. And I was never in a situation like that where so-called adrenaline takes away my ability to think. That's just retarded. Have you ever heard of a study where adrenaline takes away your ability to think? These guys come up with some of the stupidest stuff. Daryl says hitting a defensive player, 15-yard penalty, toss his ass. He deserves it. If this were college ball, they'd be checking him for targeting right now. It is 3:43 in the morning. We're waiting for the commercial break to be over. Really hope Stroud is all right. They had their backup quarterback already out on the field warming up. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell. I haven't had Taco Bell in a couple of years. Maybe 3 years. But the last time I had Taco Bell, to be fair, was here in Japan. And it's quite different than Taco Bell in the U.S. That's true. Stroud is walking off the field now. Or he that was a little earlier. He gave a thumbs up to the crowd and everybody's cheering. 13:48 left in the second. It's first down. What? It's not a foul. They took the flag away. They said there was no contact to the head or neck area. So they're not going to, it's 4th and 2. They have to punt the ball away. Can you believe that? Take a look at this. They pick up the flag. They're going to say that the slide was late and there was no contact to the head or neck area. So they picked up the flag and it was 4th and 2. The Texans punted it away. Yeah, it is BS. I don't believe that. My gizzard is all right now. Thank you for asking, Richard. My right gizzard. It's my right gizzard that's the one that needs the loving. 1st and 10 for the Broncos from their own 14-yard line. Nix rolls out and he's got pressure and he has to throw it in the ground. And there's a flag. Flag in the secondary is probably going to be holding on the Broncos because that pocket collapsed. They're saying it looks like it's going to be against Houston. Are you kidding me? They got 2 flags now. They just dropped another one. Hopefully they're offsetting at the least. 13:26 left in the second. It's 3-0. Texans. If Washington changed their football, Washington, D.C., okay? If Washington, D.C. had a football team, it would be the Texans. Get it? Texans. Stroud is going to go get examined. Okay, that's not good. Hopefully he's all right. Fouls by both teams. Holding on the defense. Intentional grounding on the offense. Penalties offset. Woohoo! Good job. Good job, Knicks. Knicks got scared. He was about to get his butt creamed. And he threw it into the grass right here. You can see right here. He's like, oh crap, oh crap. No, 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 crap, crap, crap. Offsetting penalties. And it's going to be 1st and 10 again. No loss of down, unfortunately. Shotgun. He throws it over to the wing, and he gets immediately... Oh, he gets out of the tackle. He was going to be taken down immediately, but he gets held up. He picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Still good defense. They hit him early, but missed the tackle. He was able to pick up a few, but it's going to be 2nd and long. Damn refs. Yeah, they're making some weird calls right now. 12 seconds left on the snap clock. Knicks drops back into the shotgun. 5 seconds left. Man in motion. 1 man in the backfield. Fakes a handoff. He's going to throw it. He gets hit late, and he throws it down the field. It's intercepted. Heck yes. Caleb Fuller. Bullock. Caleb Bullock. 2nd interception this season. Texans ball. Look at this beautiful play. He just cuts off that throw. 12 minutes and 36 seconds left in the second. The Texans have it 1st and 10. Daryl, you're right. It's defense, baby. Defense, defense, defense. Texans got to score on this drive. 12 and a half minutes left. I want them to take 8 minutes off the clock and score a touchdown. That's what I want. I want to see 4 minutes left before halftime, 10-0. That's what I want to see. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. It looks like we've got about 28 people following along right now. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like the live stream. This is only my 3rd, I think. My 3rd Texans game that I've been able to live stream this year. I was invited, by the way, to a conference in Aichi, Japan. Aichi is close to Nagasaki. No, I'm sorry, not Nagasaki. Nagoya. It's close to Nagoya and not too far from Kyoto. And we're going to be leaving to go there 3 days from now. We're going to actually make a road trip. We're going to drive over on the 6th. That's 3 days from now. And we'll drive to northern Kyoto, pick up another friend, and then the 3 of us will drive down to Aichi, attend the conference. I'm going to give a presentation there. A very short presentation, but it's a weekend event. And for the Texans game, I believe the Texans game is going to be, let's see, 7th, 8th, 9th. Maybe it's going to be on the, for me, it's going to be on the 10th, I think. I think the Texans game is going to be on the 10th. And I'm going to try to do that live stream from a hotel because I think we're going to have to spend the night somewhere. So I might have to miss a Rockets game. But I should be able to do the Texans game. But I will keep you all posted, and I will I'll schedule my live streams accordingly, just to let you know. But thanks for being here. No, I've only had 1 cup of coffee. It's 3:51 in the morning. I don't want to drink too much. Davis Mills is in for the Texans. First throw is an incomplete pass. Stroud is still being evaluated right now. Twelve and a half left in the second. 2nd and 10. Are they going to throw again? Lobs it downfield. Nice toss. Hauled into Nico Collins for a first down. I was really surprised they didn't hand it off that play. I was about to get annoyed. First down and about 15 more. That was a 25-yard pass play. Beautiful. The ball is now at the 25-yard line of the Broncos, just like that. 4 seconds left. They got to snap it, and they do. Run up the middle. Nice gain. Keep going. Chubb all the way down. He picks up 9 freaking yards right up the middle. Keep chubbing. Just chubbing down the middle. Yeah, great throw, great catch. Everything about it was good. 2nd down and a short 2. Or you could say a long 1. Hey, Rusty. Rusty Gamer, good to see you. 2nd and 2, 1 man in the backfield. Here's the play. Run right up the middle. Chubb's got it. He's got 3 right down the middle. That's first down. 1st and 10. No field goals here. This is red zone time. Red zone touchdown time. Pretty big crowd here today, looks like. 10:40 left in the second. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Hands it off right at the middle. Chubb has got it. He picks up about 3 more. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Sweet Richard, what teams do you actually like? Because recently I've been thinking about just completely banning you from the channel because you never seem to have anything good to say about any Houston team, so I wonder why you hang around here. I've given you multiple timeouts, but when you're acting like that, I just want to get rid of you. 2nd and 7, he's back to pass. He's got a man all the way down to the 3rd. Collins muscles forward, and he almost gets the touchdown. Just short of the touchdown. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. You don't like any Houston teams? First and goal from the 1.5-yard line. They go right up the middle. Mills tries to sneak it up the middle. He gets half a yard, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe nothing. That statement doesn't make any sense because I'm asking you a question. Which Houston teams do you like? Buckeyes suck. Daryl, I'm with you on that. Try something other than a run. Marks is in the backfield. He hands it off to the right side. They try a screen, and he doesn't get anything, and there's a flag, or multiple flags thrown on the right side. It'd be nice if it were a defensive penalty, but Collins on a sweep over on the right side, he's not able to get anything. Maybe it's holding on the Texans. Maybe if this backs them up, maybe they can actually throw it in the end zone more easily than trying to punch it in with a run. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 12. Yeah, he's holding him right there. Second and goal from the 12. Handoff right up the middle. Why did you not throw it? They hand it off to Marks. He gets nothing, maybe half a yard. So running it up the middle wasn't working at the goal line. Why do you suddenly think it's going to work when you got 12 yards to get? They caught him in the backfield. He barely gets to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 12. 3rd and goal from the 12. And Marks is down after that handoff. So the one thing that they said they didn't want to do, they didn't want Marks running the ball like that up the middle because they didn't want him injured. And now they run him up the middle multiple times, get nothing from it, and now Marks is down. Good job there, D'Amico. Richard, you're not making any sense. What does that even mean? You're the pig of the chat. Enjoy your 24-hour timeout, Richard. Here's the deal. If you come back into the chat and say one more negative thing, I'm just going to permaban you. You won't be able to say anything ever again on my channel. You'll be quietly, it'll look like you can chat. It'll look like you can say things, but nobody will see your messages. I will quietly shadow ban you. So nobody will ever see your comments on the videos. No one will ever see your comments in the live chat. So you have 24 hours to think about your nonsense. I agree, Daryl. I don't have time for stupid people, or rather people who choose to be stupid. And Richard is choosing to be stupid right now. So, sayonara. We're on a commercial break right now, in case you're wondering. Waiting around because Marks was down on the turf. Marks finally comes out of the game. They're going to take him over to the blue tent. Now they're going to check out Marks. What is with it right now? 3rd and goal from the 11. Mills is back in the shotgun. He's got one man in the backfield. Here's the snap. He drops back. He's got pressure. He's going to go down. Why didn't you at least just throw it away, man? Why take a sack right there? 4th and goal from the 11. He rolls out. He could have thrown it away. He had plenty of time, and he decides instead to just take the sack. Look at this. What is he still? It's like he didn't even. I have no words for that. 41-yard field goal. Could have been about 31. Fairbairn nails it, though. This one's good right up the middle. 6-0. 7 minutes left in the second. This is definitely a defensive game so far. Luckily, the Texans are barely winning that battle with a couple of field goals. But it's kind of dumb because they've been all the way down to the goal line twice. They have one missed field goal and two made field goals. So think about how easily it could be 21-0 right now. But instead it's 6-0. Broncos getting really lucky. But they've got a solid defense, but some bad decisions. The first drive didn't look too bad. Second drive, some more questionable decisions, but this drive, with Stroud getting hurt and then having a couple of boneheaded decisions and some penalties, really hurt them. Well, Mills actually looked really good early on, Brutus, but suddenly started looking like crap. Wayland, that's right. Make sure you like the live stream. Got about 25 people watching right now. I look forward to the day when I've got like 250 people watching the Texans game here on my channel. That'd be nice. I know that the Texans have a lot of fans. It sure would be awesome to have a few hundred people watching along with me. The Texans, the Rockets, the Astros. If this channel gets up to, I would say maybe 10,000 subscribers. This channel actually doesn't need a large amount of subscribers. It just needs a good core, good passionate fan base of Houston fans to do well. It would be nice to grow the channel out to more than 10,000 subscribers. There are some channels that have like 50,000, 56,000 subscribers. There's one guy that does the live play-by-play. I can't remember his name, but I don't have anything against the guy, but the whole time that he's talking, his energy and his yelling is just, he only has one speaking volume, and that is loud. He has loud and yelling. His speaking voice is loud, and then he switches to yelling when he gets excited. And those are the only two modes that he has. When he's talking normally, like right now, it's very loud, and it sounds anxious. I don't like it. It's not my style. I can't listen to him for very long. Fairbairn is kicking the ball off here with 7-11 left in the second quarter. Texans need this game today to be an even 500. He catches the ball about the 4-yard line. He's going to bring it back 20, 25, 30. He's brought down on the 30-yard line, so that's where the Broncos will start. Brutus says, I think Mills just on where defenders are up to his butt. Yeah, he didn't see that guy at all. He was basically on him like a backpack, and he didn't even realize he was there. We definitely need CJ back. Hopefully he's okay and he's able to get back in it. It'd be nice for CJ to come back in for one more drive before the half. Hopefully he's good. Nix drops back. He's got a man wide open down the middle, all the way down to the 50-yard line. Big defensive blunder right there. Tight end was wide open right in the middle of the field. Take a look at this. Wide open. Broken coverage. Nobody had him. 1st and 10 from about the 50. Nix is back, a little pressure. He's going to scramble out and throws it in the dirt again, or throws it in the grass. Second and 10. Nix was pointing at his receiver that time, trying to tell the refs, see, that was not intentional grounding. I had a guy over there. Brutus says we're rooting for the Raiders to beat the Jags and Colts to lose like 4 straight games for us to catch up. That would be nice. 6.5 left in the second. Here's the 2nd and 10. They hand it off on the right side. They might be able to get him, shut him down. Nice. He picks up about 4 yards on the right side, but it's going to be 3rd down and 6. First half points against the Giants, 0 versus the Cowboys, 27. So far today, big goose egg. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7. He's in the shotgun. He's got one man in the backfield. Here's the snap. He's going to try to throw. He's got a man wide open on the wing. 1st down. They pick up about 15 or 16 yards. All they had to do was shut him down right there. Now they're within field goal range. Wide open at the top. All the way down to about the 30-yard line. Pushes him out of bounds. 1st and down from the Texans' 30. 12 seconds left to snap it. 5:15 left in the quarter. He's under center. Nix is going to hand it off. No, he fakes the handoff and he drops back. He's going to throw it downfield all the way to the end zone. Knocked down. Great defense by Stingley. Stingley had his eyes on the ball the whole time. Was able to jump up with one hand and knock it down. Good defense. 2nd and 10. I don't like that offensive coordinator of our Texans, says Susan. There's that defensive play by Stingley. Nice. 2nd and 10, Nix in the shotgun. He drops back. He's going to throw it to the left side. He's got a man wide open. He throws it over him. I don't know how that defender fell down. Texans dodge a bullet there. Who was defending that time? Defender fell down, left him wide open, but Nix overthrew him. Ingram. 3rd and 10. We need a sack right here. 9 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, barely gets the snap off. He throws it down into the end zone. He's got a man open, and he's got a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Terrible defense on 3rd and 10. All the way down right into the corner of the front of the end zone. The front left corner. It's 6-6 right now. Stingley was beat. He let his guy go right around him. Too much space. It was even underthrown, and it still got there. Bad coverage and no safety to help out. Extra point on the way, and it's good. It's 7-6. He underthrew him. That was not an overthrow. That was an underthrow. Look at this. He underthrew him, and he still couldn't get there. Oh, you're talking about the other play. Yeah, you're right. On the play before that, he overthrew him. So the Texans get lucky on a bad throw by Nix, but because of terrible coverage on Stingley and no help from the safety, even the underthrow by Nix doesn't matter. He's able to slow down, pull it in, and get the touchdown. Texans down by 1, but the good news is they got the ball back with about 4:52 left. They could easily run the clock out and retake the lead before halftime, assuming Mills gets it done. We'll see. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, watching right now. We got about, 27? Yep, 27 people viewing. make sure you leave a like on the live stream. It'd be really nice to build up the viewers and the subscribers for our Houston teams. I don't think that we're going to have the kind of viewers on the Texans games that we had on that last World Series game, at least not anytime soon. Would you believe that I had nearly 15,000 views on my Game 7 World Series game? That's insane. I had 5,000 views on one game a couple of weeks ago, and then I had around 7,700 views, and then about 8,000 views. And then suddenly on Game 7, it blew up to over 14,000. It was about 14,500 views. That's crazy. Biggest one live stream performance ever. Had nearly 400 viewers simultaneously. It was a huge accomplishment. If I had 350 to 400 viewers watching the Texans Broncos game, or the Texans versus anybody game, that would be amazing. Having 14,000 views for the Texans game would be stellar. Yeah, Stroud questionable to return. I think the main problem was his head hitting the ground, right? That was no good. Here comes the kickoff. 4:52 left. Looks like he's going to have a return. He catches it about the 2. Out to the 20, out to the 25, and taken down on at the 27. 1st and 10 from the 27. Mills in the huddle. 20 seconds left on the play clock. 1 man in the backfield. No, 2 men in the backfield. Fakes a toss, and he throws it on the right side. They pick up 2 yards, and he takes him down immediately. 2nd down and 8. Schultz gets it on the right side, but he's immediately taken down. Second and 8. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Man in motion. Another man in the backfield. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got a man. Ooh, Collins is popped right after he catches the ball. And there are flags on both sides of the line. Defenseless receiver likely. It sounds like it's going to be. Hopefully it's 2 against the Broncos. We'll see. That was like a helmet-to-helmet kind of smack on Collins. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. So that's the only foul. 15 yards added to the end of the play, 1st down. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can take a look at this. If you can see on the left side of the screen. Helmet to helmet. Look at this. Again, another retarded move by the Broncos defense. I guess that's all they know how to do is retarded stuff. I'm glad Collins is all right. He's still standing. He's moving around. He's all right. 2 men in the backfield for Mills. He's under center. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Marks has it, and he gets nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Marks was in the injury tent for a very short time. They're calling it 2nd and 9, but okay. Mills is back. He throws on the right side. He's got a man. He comes up about 4 yards short of the first down, so he picks up a few, about 5 yards. 3rd down and manageable, assuming that they call a decent play, but there's 2:45 left in the second. The clock is rolling. Come on, guys. We got to get at least a field goal out of this drive. Pick up this first down. It's 3rd and 4. 12 seconds left on the play clock. Let's go. Mills in the shotgun. He's got one man beside him. He's going to toss it. He throws it to the right side. He's got a man wide open. It looks like Schultz. Nice. Picks up about 6 or 7 for the first down. Mills is 5 for 6 now with 58 yards. First and 10, baby, with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. The Broncos use a timeout. They're not going to let the time wind down. They're like, hey, we don't like this result. We want to stop this. We want to slow this down. That's fine. Give the Texans a little time to discuss it. Yeah. Tommy want touchdown. They're still evaluating Stroud for a concussion. Mills is back out. Play clock just started rolling. They break the huddle. Got about 16 seconds left on the play clock. Hey, bro. Astros fan for life. Dropping all the emojis, even the Dodgers poo emoji. 1st and 10 from the shotgun. He's going to throw it. He drops back. Mills steps up. He's got a man. Ooh, almost intercepted. He threw it to Marks. Marks was down close to the first down marker. Very, very close to being intercepted there. Mills could have just kept moving forward, maybe gotten like 2 yards, maybe. But at least they didn't lose anything there. 2nd and 10. Good to see you, brother, by the way. You too. Mark's in the backfield. They hand it off, and they grab him immediately, and he's only going to get 1 yard up the middle. I don't know how Marks managed to turn that into a gain, but he had 2 guys grab him behind the line. He managed to muscle forward and turn it into a 1 yard gain. It's 3rd and 9. 2-minute warning. It's 7-6 Broncos. 2 minutes before half. Let's see here. We're on commercial break. We've got about 32 people watching. Thanks for being here. Do appreciate you. Daryl, I think you're a bigger football fan than you are baseball fan, right? These play calls suck. What is it with this coaching? Yeah, there are some questionable calls. Questionable. Also, I don't understand after that first drive, they should have learned that running the ball right up the middle was not going to do much for them. But when they got back down to the goal line again, they didn't learn their lesson. And they tried the same thing again, and it didn't work. A false start later, they're moved back, and they still can't convert a touchdown. They had to settle for another field goal. So that's no good. Yeah, they really, really do need a touchdown here. But before halftime, at the very least, the Texans need to be leading at halftime. I was hoping that they would run more time off the clock, but I guess with Stroud out, it's a little difficult for them to manage that. Take a quick look at the weather around here. There are thunderstorm warnings. You can see, look at all of the thunderstorms around Japan. I don't know if you can see it or not. Okay. There it is. Look at all the thunderstorms around Japan. But I am right here. Right here. So everything is moving west to east, so it's moving past me. It's missing me to the north, so that's good. Two minutes left. Texans break huddle. They come up to the line. Mills is 6 for 8 with 64 yards. He's got one man beside him in the backfield. Looks like he's going to throw it. He drops back. He throws it. He's got a man right down the middle. Just a half a yard shy of the first down. It's 4th and half a yard. Big decision. So close. They were almost there. Good play call, but the defense was all over him. Collins had a backpack on. Texans do have 3 timeouts. 1:55 left before the second quarter is over. Fairbairn is on the field right now, but he's hanging out by the sidelines. And Mills looks like he's going to come off. They're going to kick the field goal with 2 minutes left. 70 and sunny in Houston. It's a wee bit cooler here. Here comes the field goal attempt. 2 of 3 today. This is a 38-yard attempt. And it's going to be bad. No, it's good. Oh, goodness gracious. I thought it was off on the right side. I thought he missed the left. It curved and somehow got right inside the post. Look how close this was. Look at this. That looked like a miss. It looked like a miss. I swear, from both angles, it looked like a miss. I don't even know how that got in there, guys. Even on the replay, it looked like a miss. But it's 9-7 Texans. Even when I watched the replay, it looked like a miss from the opposite side. Baseball score. Yeah, it's a high-scoring baseball game, 9-7. Too close indeed. $70 degrees and sunny. Right now, around here, it's 9 degrees Celsius. That's 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Kickoff goes into the end zone, and he kneels it immediately. 1:52 left on the play clock before half. Broncos probably going to be taking some shots down the field. Wayland, what's up with you? What's your deal? First drive, 1 for 7 with an interception was Bo Nix. He had a little bit more success in the last drive, managed a touchdown. 1:52 left. Let's see if the Texans D can get a good stop here. Go into the half with the lead. Something going on with the Broncos. They're changing the field position. Okay, so they're saying that... Wow, okay. So they're saying that he was not completely in the end zone when the ball came down. So they moved the ball back to the 20 from the 35. Interesting. Pass up the middle. He's got a man on the left side as a 12-yard gain for first down. The clock is rolling. 1:40 left in the second. Throw downfield. He gets hit as he throws, and that's out of bounds. Did he catch that? They're going to say no catch. He's out of bounds. How in the world did that ball even get there? Nick's got kind of hit in the legs as he threw it. You can see the result at the end of the play. Yeah, his left foot was already out of bounds. 1:23 left. 2nd and 10. You guys are behind in rain. We've had too much rain here. It's really squishy outside right now. Too much rain in these parts. But Hiroshima usually gets a lot of rain. All right, nice. Get him down. Loss of 5 yards. Nix throws it to the left side. Behind the line of scrimmage, and the Texans collapse on top of him. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Texans call a timeout. They might get the ball back here. Look at this. They were all over that crap. Third and 15. 16, they say, but it looks like 15 to me. Nix rolls out to the right side. He's running. He might have to keep running. He throws it when he crosses the line of scrimmage. It might be intercepted. It was very close to being intercepted. Lassiter had it in his hands. But there's a flag down at the 28-yard line. Hopefully it's not a late hit on Nix. It looks like it's against the Broncos, maybe holding. They might be declining it to bring up 4th down. 1:11 left on the clock. Okay. The referees were thinking that it was an illegal forward pass because he was crossing the line of scrimmage. That's what I saw. That was close. But right through the hands of Lassiter. Doesn't matter. They're about to get the ball back. Here's the punt. Nice stop by the Texans D. They're going to have about a minute left. Here comes the kick. It goes out of bounds. Nope, it bounces back in. Texans are gonna have it at their own 35-yard line. He's upset about not picking it off, but if he had picked it off, they would have had worse field position. They had better field position by taking the punt. So about a minute left before halftime, the Texans have it back at their own 35-yard line. So there's an opportunity. We'll see. They've got Mills at quarterback. It's interesting to see what they will decide to do with their play calls. We're getting close to halftime. I appreciate you all being here. It's 4:30 in the morning in Japan. Hey, Brendan. Yeah, Stroud went down on a slide, and one of the Broncos defenders hit him. At first, they called a penalty, but then they picked up the flag because they decided, well, they didn't hit him in the neck and the neck and head area. But I thought, when is it okay to hit a quarterback who's sliding? I didn't think that was okay at all. It caused his head to go down and hit the ground really hard. And so they're evaluating him for a concussion. Mills has been in the game for the past quarter, basically. Well, you know, earlier in the game, one of the commentators said that, I believe that they said that D'Amico had commented that points are at a premium in this game. So if you have an opportunity to get points, you take them. And the commentators said with C.J. Stroud out, that becomes even more important. So if Mills can get you down the field and you can get a field goal, you don't risk it. You just go ahead and take the field goal. Might be that kind of a game. Maybe if the Texans can get another touchdown and a couple of field goals, maybe that'll be enough to win this game. He hasn't been bad so far. Brendan says Mills is a good backup QB. He hasn't been bad. He's in the shotgun. It's 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. He's going to throw it on 1st down. He's got a guy on the right side. No, he's out of bounds. That throw goes way wide. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I saw that, Daryl. He got hit basically right in the chest by the defender, and that caused his head to slam back down to the ground. Second and 10, 57 seconds left. Come on now. Let's move the ball. Might be handed off. Now he's going to throw it again. Mills drops back. He rolls out to the right side. He's going to have to get rid of it. He throws it to a guy about 9 yards down the field. But he's not able to haul it in. 3rd and 10. The Texans have taken less than 10 seconds off the clock. If you're not going to move it down the field, at the very least, run the clock down, you know? Broncos only have one timeout. 3rd and 10 in the shotgun. He's got one man back, one man in motion. He throws it over the left side. Nico Collins gets it, and he's immediately taken down in the backfield. They lose 1.5 yards. And Denver uses their last timeout to stop the clock. Of course. 45 seconds left. Texans take off like 12 seconds from the clock. What in the world are you doing? What kind of play calls are these? So they're going to have to punt the ball away. Give the Broncos one more opportunity to take shots down the field. Come on now. Don't be ridiculous. Thompson back to punt. Here's the snap. And the punt is away. All the way down to the 25, and he muffs it. The Texans get it at the 30-yard line. No kidding. The Texans have it. He muffed the punt. It bounced right off his leg, and it was recovered by the Texans at the 30-yard line of the Broncos. 37 seconds left. Texans should get at least a field goal out of this, but they've got a chance to get in the red zone. Look at this. Wow, it didn't even get to his legs. It came up short. Good job, Bandy. Texans are right there to recover it. Sure hands. Absolutely. Special teams break, guys. Special teams break. All right, 1st and 10 from the Broncos 30. Mills is back in the shotgun, waiting for the whistle to blow so they can start this play. Lined up and ready to go, just waiting on the refs. 41 seconds. They put time back on the clock. They say change the time clock. They change it now to 39. They give them 2 more seconds. Yeah, Bandy screwed him, Daryl. Shotgun. Here's the snap. Mills drops back. He's going to throw it. He's got a guy on the wing. They pick up about 5. 2nd and 5. Houston uses a timeout. Stop the clock. 33 seconds left. They've got one more timeout. Probably going to hand it off right up the middle. Get as close as possible for a field goal attempt. Are they going to throw it again? Well, I guess they can throw it again. They got time. If it's complete, they might get a first down. If it's incomplete, it'll stop the clock. It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Daryl, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go indeed. There we go, baby. Got my Texans emoji in there. Shotgun. Mills is back. It looks like he's got marks in the backfield. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back and throw it to the right side. He's got a guy. First down. Collins pushes forward for another 4 yards. Nice big gain. There's an injured Bronco on the field. The clock keeps running. Zach Allen. He looks like he's in all sorts of pain. He's kicking his leg around. I don't mind them stopping the clock right here. It's like a free timeout, right? 1st and 10 for the Texans. They can take a shot at the end zone. They still have a timeout. Daryl says, okay, Mills, earn your paycheck. Sam, you're a Denver guy. They got big old number 99, Allen, up. Too many injuries in this game, man. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing the players get hurt. It's ridiculous. I mean, I know that's the way football goes, but seeing so many guys go down, guys getting taken out, guys going into the blue tent. Mills is now 9 for 13 with 76 yards. Wow. Most quarterback hits. Zach Allen, the guy that was just injured, he's leading the NFL with 22 quarterback hits. He's 5 ahead of the number 2 guy. He's the guy that just went out. Here's the play. 1st and 10. Mills gets sacked. Come on. 16 seconds left. 15, 14, 13. It looks like Like they're going to let the clock wind down and call a timeout and just kick a field goal. That's what they're going to do. The pocket collapses. He tries to go forward and he gets tripped up and taken down. He tried to jump over the guy. He went right into the arms of the next defender. He didn't have anywhere to go. Look at him just jump right there. His foot gets caught and then he gets tackled. Yeah, he got mugged. 2 seconds left on the clock with a timeout. The Texans are going to have the last play here with an attempted field goal. Fairbairn. Care Bairn. He's in for his, what is this, 5th field goal attempt? It's going to be a 40-yard attempt. Lined up slightly on the right. It's on the right hash. Here's the kick. It's up, and it's barely good. Ooh, man. Fairbairn is scaring the crap out of me with those kicks. He just barely squeaks it in. It's 7-12 Texans at halftime. Time of possession is insane. 22 minutes and 39 seconds for the Texans. 7:21 for the Broncos. But considering how they've only got a 5-point lead, that's disappointing. Texans need to win this game in order to get to 500. And they also need to win this game in order to prove a point that they can beat an opponent like this. If they can wind up beating Denver without C.J. Stroud, it's going to be quite the impressive feat. Mills lay off the donuts. Maybe Mills was a part-time policeman. Daryl. Let's see here. So we have about 35 people watching right now. It is halftime. Let's take a quick look. I do have a scoreboard for those of you who don't know. I do have an NFL scoreboard. We can take a look at some scores around the league. I'm going to make it full screen on my screen so I can see what the scores are. Let's see what we got here. Top left corner, highlighted in red. That's where you're always going to see the Texans' current score. If you ever see my live score ticker, that's where you'll see it. It will always be on the upper left side. Let's see, what other games have been going on? The Ravens and the Dolphins appear to be finished. Ravens won 28-6. Steelers up 17-7 at halftime over the Colts. 49ers beating the Giants 20-7. Interesting. Falcons down by 7 in the third quarter against the Patriots. In the second quarter, at halftime, Chargers are up over the Titans 20-17. Titans have been putting up a fight against some teams, making the Texans look even better, right? Third quarter, the Panthers and the Packers just 7-6. Kind of a weak game. Vikings over the Lions at halftime 17-14. I'm fine with that. I don't really care for the Lions. Bears 3 behind the Bengals at halftime. Games starting a little bit later. Cardinals at Cowboys, Seahawks at Commanders, Chiefs at Bills, Saints at Rams, Jaguars at Raiders. Daryl says 30 points, all field goals. Can you imagine? If the Texans wind up with 24 points and they win the game, it's going to look pretty good, right? But what if it's all field goals? Like Carol said, they score 24 or 30 points, and it's literally just off the leg of Fairbairn. Maybe Fairbairn on his last kick, he gets a cramp in his leg because he's overkicked. How amazing would that be? I'm going to leave my scoreboard up on the screen for you guys and gals. I'm going to be right back. Maybe I can play some music while I'm gone. I can do that. I need to use the toilet and make myself another hot drink. Let's play Remember. Let's play that. I wrote a song. I wrote several new songs recently. This is one of them. This one is called Remember. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be right back. Enjoy the scoreboard and the music while I go relieve myself and get some more hot water. Thank you for being here. Go Texans. And we are in halftime right now. It is 12-7 Texans.
Some say life's a test, and once we give it our best, we'll be able to move on to a radiant dawn in heaven with God and His wondrous things on streets paved with gold, and the joy that He brings. Still others yet say that life's a replay, and what we do day to day will be redone in some way, recycled, reborn, reincarnated to grow, and after living as all in the truth we can know. What have I to learn when I am the source? I am the undying fire and the universe force. There's nothing to grow when I already know. What have I to fear when I am the God? I am the life of it all, and my glory's the mark. I need not surrender, only remember who I am. Life's filled with distractions and too many actions that are taking our eyes from the truth in the skies. We cease to look up and live as pretenders, believing the illusions, and no one remembers. What have I to learn when I am the source? I am the undying fire and the universe force. There's nothing to grow when I already know. What have I to fear when I am the God? I am the life of it all.
All right. Let's take a look at some stats right quick. Try to pull these up on the screen and take a look. All right, we'll take a look at team stats first and then some individual stats to see who's leading here. The Texans, of course, are destroying the Broncos in time of possession. You're talking about a huge discrepancy in time of possession. $181 yards for the Texans, 105 for the Broncos. Passing yards, 138 to 76. The first number I'll be giving you is the Texans number, so 138 passing yards, 76 for the Broncos. Rushing yards, 43 to 29. Yards per play, 3.9 to 4.6. First downs, 13 to 6. Third down efficiency. Texans are... It says 3 for 1. That's not right. 3 for 10. That's not good. How did that happen? For some reason the stats on the screen are not showing. Maybe oh, I see. I think I fixed it. I just figured out what the problem was, I believe. Okay, I fixed it. Yeah, for some reason the stat screen is just not showing very well. But whatever, I can see most of the information. 46 total plays for the Texans, only 23. Twice as many plays as the Broncos. No sacks against the Broncos, but the Broncos have sacked the Texans QBs 4 times. Each team with 2 punts, 16 penalties. I'm sorry, my bad. 16 yards of penalties. It looks like for the Broncos, 14 for the Texans. How did it come out to be such strange numbers? Weird. 1 fumble and 1 interception for the Broncos, none for the Texans. Overall, the stats heavily favor the Texans, but they are only up by 5 points. So the score it's not really reflecting the results. Nix is 6 for 17 for 76 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Stroud was 6 for 10 for 79 yards. No TDs, no interceptions. Mills is 10 for 14 with 84 yards. No TDs, no interceptions. Moderate success moving the ball down the field, but just basically getting shut down inside the red zone and even at the goal line. Robbins and Harvey have combined for 6 carries and 29 yards. The Texans have used 5 different rushers: Marks, Chubb, Stroud, Brooks, and Mills. But yards vary. Chubb is averaging 3.2 per carry. He's got 19 yards. He leads the team. Marks, 7 carries, just 12 yards. But they've been having him rush stuff that he shouldn't be rushing. He does better when he's cutting around. He has room to operate, like on the wings or something. As of right now, they've been sending him up the middle. He's averaging 1.7 per rush. It's a waste. It looks like we're getting ready to start the third quarter, everybody. Got to fix my audio here. There we go. That's better. Daryl, it looks like you like several teams. Or are you just rooting for them for the Texans? They're showing Autry's blocked field goal earlier. Then the interception. They're showing some of the great defensive plays and special teams plays for the Texans. That's really what's kept the Texans from falling behind, because they haven't been able to get big capitalization on offense despite controlling the time of possession. The results haven't been very big. If the defense holds and the Broncos are not able to move the ball against the Texans, then the Texans can definitely win with field goals, but we'll see. Here is the kickoff. Broncos are going to bring it back from about the 3-yard line. He's out to the 24, and he's stopped there. Looks like I need to adjust my preview screen again. Yeah, Stroud is definitely out because of the concussion protocol. He won't be back, so we can forget about him being back in the game. Bo Nix is under center for 1st and 10. He's going to hand it off. He's got a guy in the backfield right up the middle. He picks up about 9 yards, 2nd and short. Very soft defense on that first play from scrimmage. Daryl says the Texans are going to have to step it up. Can't rely on Fairbairn field goals. Won't cut it. Well, unless the defense has a stellar game. Well, actually, they've had a stellar first half. If they have a stellar second half, then they can, but I wouldn't bank on it. I definitely wouldn't rely on it. Here's another handoff up the middle. Looks like he's got the first down, just barely. 1st and 10. I think I'm actually going to have to heat up some more water. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here. Sunrise is about an hour and a half from now. First and 10. 5 seconds left on the clock, on the play clock. Fakes a handoff. Nick steps up in the pocket and he goes down. That's going to be a sack. Nice. They get him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Anderson Jr. and one of his teammates combined to get the sack. Nix tried to throw it down the middle. Then he had to step up. Didn't have any time. And he gets teammated. 2nd and 12. He's in the shotgun. Hands it off on the right side. And he's shut down after about 4 yards. Be 3rd and 8. Big stop coming up right here, right after halftime. Come on now. Shut this down. Gold says, hey man, do you ever think there will be a salary cap fix? I don't blame Bryce Harper for cussing out the MLB CEO. I don't even know what the answer is, Gold, to be honest. I just know that MLB is broken in several ways right now. Nix is back and he throws it. That was a terrible throw. No flag there. Receiver and cornerback getting a little tangled up. Yeah, that was initiated by the offense, by Sutton. Good no call. 4th and 8, going to be a punt. Nice stop, guys. Good job. Go Texans. Go freaking Texans defense. Cranshaw. Crawshaw. Crenshaw's back. Punts it away. All the way down to the 10. Out to the 8. He's got just a little room. Noel brings it back to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, all the way down to the 48-yard line of the Broncos. What a return and no penalty flags. No holding. Holy freaking cow, man. From the 8-yard line, Noel brings it all the way back past the 50-yard line. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Good return. Gold says, dude, you're so right. It's so broken. I don't think I'm going to watch MLB anymore. I'm done, bro. Well, they're talking about I don't know why they're looking so far ahead, but they said in 2027 there would be a lockout. How do they know that? It's like, okay, so we're going to play in 2026, but there's going to be a lockout in 2027. But you know what? I will tell you this. I'll tell you this, in my opinion, okay? Now, this is just my opinion. I think they need to make changes to the schedule. There are multiple things I'm going to say here. One is they need to stop playing afternoon games during the weekdays. No more of that. Some afternoon games on the weekend is okay, but stop playing games on weekday afternoons. Number 2, cut down the amount of games that you play during the season. We don't need 160 games. That's just stupid. It's silly. It's out of date. The NBA only plays 85 games, and I think 100 games is a good number for baseball games. It's enough. I just don't like the really, really long baseball season. I mean, how many people really get into the first half of the baseball season? Almost nobody. We don't need such an incredibly long baseball season. If you think about it, we're still in spring when the season starts, and we're going into winter, basically, when the season ends. It's just too much. So I would advocate for a 100-game season. Those are the first 2 changes. The second thing is that I would have to address a couple of issues. One is the amount of money that teams spend, and the money that teams bring in on their gear and sales from merchandise and stuff like that should be factored in to the money that they're able to spend on upgrades and players in order to get an edge over the other teams. Because you look at the Dodgers right now, they have deliberately brought in Japanese players to get more money and support from the international community, and they've gotten it. That's an unfair advantage, extra money. Chubb right up the middle for about 4 yards, 2nd and 6. And the players, to be honest, players are getting paid way too much money. I'm sorry. I know that we watch these leagues, but they are pure entertainment. Football, baseball, basketball, etc. They're just pure entertainment. And in a lot of cases, I feel like they're scripted, and the outcome is often determined, and it's legal. Did you know that it's legal if the NFL, for example, decides that, you know, this year we're going to have a particular team go to the Super Bowl and win it? If they decide that, they can actually rig it to where that happens, and it's legal. And the reason is because it's not a free sports league; it is an entertainment league, and so they can script it just like TV. That's an excellent throw to the right side by Mills. 10 for 14 with 84 yards now. First down and 10. The Texans are moving it deeper and deeper into Broncos territory. They're looking really sharp all of a sudden. So Christian Harris, Titus Howard, and C.J. Stroud are all out for the Texans right now. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Handoff on the right side. Chubb up the middle for 5. Nice. 2nd and 5. Anyway, I know that some of my ideas might be considered radical to some, but I think the reason is because people are just too stuck on tradition. But I think we need to use our heads. We need to use common sense. If you want to hear some of my more radical ideas concerning baseball, I can share those with you. I'll wait for a commercial break. If you remind me, I'll share it because I have a perfect idea on how to make baseball the most interesting sport that exists on earth. And I'm not joking. Noah gets it on the left side, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield for a loss of 3. Jet sweep doesn't work. 3rd down and about 8. Loss of 3. 3rd down and 9. Yeah, Gold, that's the same thing they're talking about in the media, the lockout in 2027. Yep, it's extended for no reason. There's no good reason. There really isn't. There's no reason to have games at those times. It's all out of date. It just hasn't been updated. They update the rules in the wrong ways, and technology is now overcoming. It's overtaking too much of the game, in my opinion. There is a deflected pass down the middle that's incomplete. Looks like we're going to have another field goal attempt, guys and gals. 4th and 9. Mills put it right into the hands of Schultz. He only got one hand on it. He wasn't ready for it. He had to quickly get it to him, but it was a little behind him and a little high. He only got his left hand on it. Another 41-yard attempt for Care Baron. Care Baron. Here it comes. Come on, put this one in there. Right up the middle. Nice. He doesn't give me a heart attack on that one. It's 15-7. All right. Texans up by 8. That's a more comfortable lead. It's still not comfortable, but it's better than leading by 5. I'll take that result. A nice defensive shutdown, an excellent punt return, and 3 points. I'll take that for the first drive of the second half. It's 15-7. Houston Texans, baby. Yeah, that pass. It was a bad pass, Daryl, you're right, but he didn't have much time to make it. He had to hurry up and whip it in there. It wasn't as bad considering he had to make it on a dime. But let's see here. Daryl says if they cut it, it'd be good, and cut backs on players getting hurt. Yep. These are adults playing children's game. That's reality. You're right, Brutus. Think about it. We don't have anybody to blame but ourselves, because once these big sports leagues, and they're not sports leagues, these big entertainment leagues that hold the rights to the most popular leagues, right? The NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, etc. These are the most popular leagues. In the beginning of these leagues, if you go back and you look at the history of these sports leagues or these entertainment leagues, at first, it was just a bunch of people playing a game that they really enjoyed, and they had a small, passionate crowd of people supporting them. They didn't have a lot of rules and regulations. They didn't have a lot of protective gear. And it was a sacrifice, and that's not a joke. It was a sacrifice for them to play these games, especially games like football, because they didn't have insurance and protection against injury. And they didn't have millions of dollars. They didn't have a nice base salary for even the cheapest players. They didn't have tons of padding and protection. They didn't have helmets and guaranteed contracts for millions of dollars for multiple years. I mean, things were different decades ago. But now, I mean, dude, nowadays I feel like, heck, if I were young again, if I were in high school, I would have ignored my mom and dad. I would have gone to a high school and become a receiver, because I have the build for it and I have the speed for it. Because even as like a backup receiver, I would have been making bank. You know what I'm saying? In today's league, I could make like millions of dollars a year to just be a backup receiver. It's ridiculous. Same thing in baseball. If I had just, I was a switch hitter in baseball. if I had gone to a baseball high school, I definitely could have gotten an offer because I was a really good second baseman, good glove, solid right-handed batter. I had a lot of power batting left-handed, but I didn't have as much success. I was average batting. I was kind of like Victor Caratini in a way. I just batted lefty and righty, but better on one side of the plate than the other. But heck, even a Christian Walker contract makes you rich, you know, $20 million a year. Who wouldn't want that? That's the reality of today's leagues. Moderate, mediocre players making $20 million a year. That's insane. 2nd down and 10, the Texans defense didn't let the Broncos go anywhere on that first running play. 8:45 in the third, 15-7 Texans. Broncos have the ball at their own 32-yard line. Nix is under center. He's got one man in the backfield, one man in motion. He hands it off to the man in motion, and he's taken down in the backfield. Holy freaking cow. Big man Barnett grabs his foot and doesn't even let him get across the line of scrimmage. Look at this defensive play, man. Look at that. Talk about a beefy paw. He got one arm on his hip and then held his foot down. He was dragging him around like a child. Wow, loss of 6 yards. It's 3rd and 16. This defense is freaking awesome. Nix is in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it over on the right side. He's got a guy, but there are 3 defenders there. They immediately take him down. Now 4 defenders. They completely shut that crap down. The Broncos pick up 4. It's 4th and 12. 4th and 11. Beautiful. Pass yard defense. Texans are 4th in the NFL and 5th in rushing. They're the only top 5 team in both categories, by the way. Here's the punt. Bradshaw is back again. It looks like Crawshaw from this distance. Crawshaw. Maybe there's a guy in Louisiana named Crawshaw. Is that Noel? Yep, Noel at the 18. He cuts it around. He tries to swing it on the side. He brings it back about 12 yards, and there's a flag. Is that a late hit out of bounds? That'd be nice. Late hit out of bounds would be nice. Another 15 yards. How sweet would that be? It is. It is late hit out of bounds. How do you like that? Good job. Good job, Fraboni. Number 48 hit him too late. That's the long snapper. Can you believe that? The long snapper. And he was over there celebrating. Hitting Noel out of bounds, and he got called for a late hit. What a retard. You hit the return, the kick returner out of bounds, and you celebrate. You didn't tackle him. You didn't knock him out of bounds. You hit him after he went out of bounds, and you're celebrating, and then you get called for a late hit. Some of these guys, you have to wonder, what is their brain like when they do stuff like that? So the Texans are going to have good field position on 1st and 10 when we come back. I need to get I need to get caught up on these comments. Let's see here. You're right, Daryl. We're halfway to 30 points. Gold says you're cooking. It's all rigged. I never said that, but I cannot unsee when I saw this YouTube video on Sports Rig Moments. I'm telling you, man, it's a rabbit hole, but there's nothing but truth to it. There's nothing but truth. And anybody who doesn't believe me, I'm telling you, these sports leagues, they're playing sports, but they're not sports leagues. They literally are legally entertainment leagues. And these leagues reserve the right to change the outcomes or alter the outcomes of the game without any legal ramifications, just like you would change a script for a TV series. It's not a, it's that's I'm being absolutely serious. I know that people don't want to hear that, but that's the absolute truth. Gold says I searched on YouTube why sports are rigged and I saw it. I'm not watching no more. I'm telling you, it's a big rabbit hole, and it will make you really just question why in the world do I even watch sports? And now they're ruining college sports with bringing in all that money for the NIL and paying these coaches tons of money, giving bonuses and money to these players and creating easy portal where they can jump from school to school. I mean, they just and then you add in betting and gambling on games and stuff. That's getting out of control. The way things have gotten nowadays is just it's so far from the way it used to be, and it's out of control. It needs a complete reset. All right, Mills is back, and he's got Marks in the backfield in the shotgun. 6:53 left in the third. He hands it off. Marks over on the left side. He's got some room. He moves it forward and picks up about 6 or 7 yards. Nice run on first down. That's what I'm talking about right there. Marks needs to be running in space. He doesn't need to be running up the middle. They need to get him to the left and to the right. Brutus says most field goals in a game by a single player is 8, achieved by Rob Bironis of the Tennessee Titans in 2007 against the Texans. Go figure. Jay Herna says, here's the play. Rush on the left side. That's Marks again. He picks up a few, but just 2 yards shy of the first down. It's 3rd and 2. BJ's kind of let down many Astros fans. At the end of the day, it was all about Springer and the Dodgers being defeated, but that didn't happen. Life goes on. Let's go Houston Texans. Hello, everyone. Yeah, that's all we can do right now. We just try to hope that the Texans are in consideration for that scripted win, at the end of the season. Here's the 3rd and 2. He's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. Knocked down. 4th and 2. You know what? I'm going to say go for it at midfield. Why not? Why not go for it? Should have ran it right up the middle that time. That throw came in way too late. Mills waited until Collins looked, but you should have thrown that ball before he ever looked. By the time he threw it, the defender was all over it. Riley Moss was able to easily reach out and knock it down. Looks like they're going to punt it, though. All the way down to about the 12, and he catches that one. Fair catch. That's where the Broncos will start. 1st and 10 at their own 12. That was a disappointing result. 3rd and 2, and they try a quick pass to one covered receiver on the left side. Doesn't work out, and now they give the ball back to the Broncos. Brutus says Texans defense is stout every drive, but one so far. Gold says, me too. I guess some of us have no leadership at that age. It's not our faults. Maybe we didn't really have the inspiration growing up until older. Now we realize the opportunity we should have took as well. Well, you know what they say? Youth is wasted on the young. And that's why. NIL's not good. Yeah, it's not. Isn't it funny? Back in the day, coaches in colleges would get heavily penalized and scrutinized and attacked in the media for offering under-the-counter incentives to players, right? I've heard about players getting cars or some of their family getting money and things like that. And those things used to be attacked as horrible. Nowadays, it's become legal and encouraged. It couldn't have been more of a 360 or a 180 rather. 360. That's just a circle. It couldn't have been more of a 180. It's like shame, shame, shame. And then now, it's the name of the game. It's the same thing with gambling. You know, Pete Rose gambling on the games. And they said that he never gambled on his own games or whatever. But Phil, he got shamed. And anybody else who gambled. And sports betting and betting on games was illegal for the longest time. And now you can't watch a damn live stream without the sponsor being some kind of bookie. That's why I've said on my channel, I will never, ever accept a gambling sponsor because it ruins the game. If you notice, I still don't have a sponsor. I have no sponsors for my videos yet. And I have a lot of viewers. I consistently do videos, and I have a lot of viewers. So whoever advertises with me could get some really good exposure, but I don't have any yet because the main ones that I could get are for sports betting, and I just don't do that. I won't. I don't support it. I'm against it, actually. Run right up the middle, picks up about 5 or 6. Second down, Broncos have the ball in their own territory. Oh, that was much longer than I thought it was. That was an 8-yard gain. I need to pay attention. 2nd and 2. Imagine if the fans stood up and boycotted the NFL. They'd lose money fast. Yeah, they would. I guess when we were so young, we wanted to have fun and grow up so fast, and it went by so fast. That's what happens. You don't appreciate things until you get older, and by then it's too late. That's why they say youth is wasted on the young. Oh, handoff up the middle. He does not get the first down. Dobbins is grabbed before he can get to the line. They pick up about 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 3rd and a short 2. Or 3rd and a long 1. They just changed it. That was a great tackle right there. Number 90 just grabbed him and spun him around, said, "No first down for you, sucker." Come on, guys. A stop here would be stellar. 3rd and 1. They line up with one guy in the backfield, right up the middle. Do they stop him? It looks like they stopped him. It looks like they stopped him. Where they marked it is right on the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and less than 1. Yeah, 4th down. 4th and less than half a yard. Texans put up a wall right there. Number 90 again. That dude is a beast. They send him backwards. Dobbins runs into a wall, and then they just push him right back. They're lined up to punt, guys. They're not going to go for it. I guess they're just too deep in their own territory. 4th and half a yard. They're lined up for the punt. Keep an eye out for trickery. They're waiting for the snap. They're trying to draw them off sides, I think. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, here's the snap and the punt. They do punt it away. It's down to about the 20-yard line, 15, and bounces out of bounds. That was a big punt. And his name is Crawshaw. Now that I'm able to see his name up close, Crawshaw. That sounds like such a deep Louisiana name. What's your name, boy? My name's Crawshaw. What do you do? I play football. What do you do on that football field? You like a runner, quarterback, defensive lineman? I'm a punter. First and 10 from the 12-yard line for the Texans. Mills in the shotgun. He hands it off to Chubb, who goes just to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. That was a beast of a punt, Brutus. You're right about that. It was a nice punt. Not going to lie. Crawshaw has the leg. Yeah. Vikings just had another touchdown against the Lions on a quarterback run. Mills over on the right side overthrows him. 3rd and 10. He was trying for Hutchinson. If he had caught it, they might have picked up about 6 or 7 yards. Come on now. They don't need a punt here. I know it's 3rd and 9, but you got to find a way to get that first down. You can't be punting from here. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third. Come on, Mills. He's got one man in the backfield. He's going to drop back. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. He throws it over on the right side. He's got a man, and he picks up about 7 yards, but they are 3 shy. I don't know how Mills did not get sacked right there. He did not see the guy on the backside. You got to see this. He should have gotten sacked. Look at this. I don't know how he got away from that. And then he makes a complete pass for a 7-yard pickup. Look at that. Wow. It's 3 yards short, but what an amazing play. 4th and 3. A 3 and out, but man, Mills, like a cat right there. Somehow he got out of that. I don't know how. Here comes the punt. That was not a bad punt. It's all the way down to about the 38-yard line of the Broncos. Fair catch by Bandy. He actually manages to catch that one this time instead of it bouncing on the ground in front of him. One minute and 19 seconds left in the third. Broncos at their own 39, 1st and 10. Nick's under center. Fake handoff. He's going to throw it. He's got a man downfield, and it's complete for about a 14-yard gain and a first down. In Houston territory. Got about 36 people watching right now. Thanks for being here. Make sure you do leave a like on the live stream. I appreciate you. First and 10, 45 seconds left in the third. 10 seconds on the play clock. Nix throws it to the right side. He's got a man. He picks up about 3 yards. He's immediately taken down by Lassiter. 2nd and 7. They might let the clock wind down in the third quarter here. They've only got about 6 seconds left. It looks like they're not. Yeah, they're not going to. Yeah, clock runs out. That's it for the third quarter. 15-7, Texans lead at the end of 3. Broncos have the ball around midfield, just inside Texans territory. But the Texans have an 8-point lead going into the fourth. We're moving ever closer to the end. Defense has been the name of the game so far. On the Texans side, early on with Stroud on the field, they missed a couple of opportunities to put some touchdowns on the board. Fairbairn has gotten a good workout, kicking all these field goals. He's 5 for 6. Got a little commercial going on right now. Let me see if I can see the time of possession right now. Where's it at? This game screen is so stupid. Every time I resize it, I have to reconnect live. It's so dumb. I can't see the time of possession. Why can't I see the time of possession? I know that the Texans were doing a really good job in the first half. Right now, total yards, Texans are at 220, Broncos at 142. Passing yards, 163 to 57 rushing yards for the Texans, 95 passing and 47 rushing yards for the Broncos. 14 first downs for the Texans, 8 for the Broncos. Third down efficiency has been a big issue. They were doing fine early on, but after Stroud went out, the Texans are 3 for 13 on third down. It's terrible. 57 total plays versus 36. They've gotten a little better in the sacks. They allowed 4 early on in the first half, but no sacks in the third quarter. So that's nice. All right, Nix is back, and he's got pressure. He has to throw it away. Nice. Third down. 7 to go. New York Marathon is today. Didn't know that. Brutus says they could at least have them marathoners deliver some stuff around town instead of running nowhere important. Put some free Uber on their backs. They can take them to the homeless shelters or something. 3rd and 7. Big stop needed right here. Broncos had 12 men on the field. They had to call timeout. Or is that? No, that's the Texans. The Texans had to call timeout. They had 12 men on the field. Yeah, they were doing great until 12 men on the field. They've been playing like they had 12 men on the field. But now that they do have 12 men on the field, they have to call timeout to avoid the penalty. (15-7). 3rd down and 7. We just got into the 4th quarter. Nix is back in the shotgun. 5 seconds on the play clock. He gets the snap and drops back. He's got to throw over on the right side. And it looks like that's going to be a first down. Bryant catches the ball and sticks the ball out past the first down marker to get the first down. Too soft on the defense there. 1st and 10 from the 38 of the Texans. Nix throws it again on first down. That's an 8-yard gain over on the left side. 2 yards to go on 2nd down. That was the first down throw. 2nd and 2. Come on now. Last 2 plays have been too soft. That's 2 back-to-back 8-yard plays. Nick's back in the shotgun. He's got 1 man in the backfield. He hands it off. They go to the right side. They hit him at the line. He muscles forward. He can't get it. Oh, that was actually short. They didn't give him the first down. Oh, yeah, that's right. 2nd and 2, my bad. I was thinking of the... Man, it's too early here. It's 5:36 in the morning. Texans stop him short. It's going to be 3rd down and short. He was really close to that first down, but he got hit and stopped. 3rd and 1. Well, they say 3rd in inches. Handoff on the right side on the jet sweep, and he gets just enough. 1 yard, first down. 1 yard was all they needed. They didn't even need that. 1 foot would have done it. 1st and 10. Nick's in the shotgun, 1 man in the backfield. Here's the snap. He drops back, looks downfield. He throws it into the end zone. Touchdown, wide open. Harvey on the right side, completely wide open. His man was a good 6 or 7 feet behind him. Looks like they're going to go for 2 to try to tie up the game. It's 15-13 right now. Defender stumbled. He got around him, was wide open. Again, it was underthrown by Nix, but it didn't matter. It was enough. If the defender had been there, he could have knocked that down. Same as the last touchdown. Underthrown, but he had so much space. It didn't matter. 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Let's shut it down. He's got a man in motion. He's going to throw it. He throws it in the end zone, and it's caught. The game is tied 15-15. Was there a push off there? How did he get so open? The throw was a little high, but it got there. I was wondering if Franklin might have pushed off. No, that's the touchdown pass. Here's the 2. Nope, he was just there. Bad defense. Just bad defense. 2 defenders over there. Couldn't get there in time. 15 tied. 15 up. Now the Texans have to get really serious. Field goals are not keeping them in the lead right now. "12 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Controlling the possession of the ball. Staying ahead by kicking a couple of field goals here and there. That momentum has stalled. As long as the Texans are moving the ball down the field and getting at least the opportunity to kick a field goal, they can stay ahead, but they haven't been able to do that in a while. Isn't it silly? The Broncos only have 2 touchdowns, and with that and 1 2-point conversion, they've tied the game. The Texans have moved the ball down the field multiple times, and they've only managed to kick 5 field goals. They've scored 5 times, but it's tied 15 up. We've got close to 40 people viewing right now. Thanks for being here. We're on commercial break, just waiting for the kickoff. Texans will have the ball back shortly. A kick return right now for a TD would be awesome. A nice special teams touchdown. But what I'd rather see is the Texans have a 10-minute drive and score a touchdown. That's what I'd like to see. That'd be my preference. Can you imagine a 10-minute drive down the field and just leave 2 minutes left on the clock with a 7-point lead? Here's the kickoff. Catches around the 5, bringing it back down at the 20, the 25, and up to the 30-yard line. And that's where the Texans will start. Yeah, it was Oto that was on that coverage, that broken coverage. And on the 2-point conversion, he just didn't get there in time to knock the ball down. He was too late. The throw was just high enough and far enough back where he couldn't get to it. 1st and 10. Mills is back in the shotgun. He fakes a handoff, and he's got a guy on the left side. Schultz has it. He picks up about 5. Second and 5. 12 minutes left in the 4th. Come on, Texans, let's go. Mills in the shotgun. He drops back. He's got a guy right down the middle. It's Schultz. How about that? That was more than a 10-yard gain there. 14 yards right down the middle. Good play. Nice, quick, easy play right over the middle to Schultz. Look at this. Nice and simple, not complicated. They got the ball around the 49-yard line. Couple of plays that are already at midfield. 1st and 10. 11:15 left in the 4th. Mills drops back. He's going to throw downfield pretty deep. Almost intercepted. Double coverage. What are you thinking? That was a long downfield lob by Mills. Plenty of time for both Broncos defenders to get underneath it. You could say it could have or should have been an interception. What kind of a throw was that? Terrible decision there. 2nd and 10. Five seconds left on the play clock. 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to get a delayed game. Play clock is gone. Delay game. They weren't even lined up yet. They were still trying to call plays after the clock ran out. What the heck were they doing? What in the world were they thinking? Yeah, there's that. That should have been intercepted. That was a terrible decision by Mills. 2nd and 15. Mills drops back. Come on. He's got a guy on the left side, and he drops it. He throws it to Marks through his hands, and there's a flag. Don't be holding. Is it a false start? I think it's going to be against the Texans. Illegal shift on the offense. They decline the penalty. 3rd down and 15. They want the 3rd down. Illegal shift. He never got set on the wing there. Mills back in the shotgun. 3rd and 15 with one man back. He's going to drop back to pass. Here's the throw down the middle. He's got a man and he overthrows him. Kirk was open right in the middle, and he was overthrown. Right over the hands of Kirk. 4th and 15. The Texans are going to have to punt it away. Look at that. Barely got his fingers on it. If he hadn't, that would have been an interception. Here comes the punt. .45 left in this game. He catches at about the 8-yard line. And he starts to bring it back. He's taken down at the 20. Gold says, hey, brother, you're right. All these sports are just so rigged or are so rigged. I just got back watching a 30-minute video why sports are rigged and it's all entertainment. Yeah. You probably saw that there was a fan a while back who actually sued the league for various reasons, and they found in favor of the league. And the reason is because it's not a sports league; it's an entertainment company, basically entertainment league, and so they don't owe the fans any particular outcome. That means they can literally change the outcomes at will, and it's legal because it's just like watching a TV series. You can't force a particular outcome. They can do whatever they want. They can script it. Nice defense on that run right up the middle. He gets about 1 yard. Taken right down to the ground. 10.5 left in the fourth. Nix is 12 for 25 with 139 yards, but he has 2 TDs. Ball at the 21.5-yard line. Nix has to roll out. He throws it down the field, and it's almost intercepted. Holy freaking cow. Stingley was right there. I think Stingley was going to haul that one in, but the Broncos receiver was able to knock it out of his hands. Bad throw by Nix. Stingley almost made him pay for it. Hopefully they'll show a close-up of that. I want a better view. Third and 8. Need to shut him down right here. Nix drops back. He rolls out of the right side, and he throws it. He's got a man in the middle, and he slides down and misses the throw. 4th and 8. They're going to punt it away. Big stop right there. 9:57 left in the fourth. Texans going to get the ball back with about 9.5 left. Noel is back to receive. Crawshaw is back for the punt. Maybe a block. That'd be big right now. Kick is away. All the way down to the 20-yard line. Noel brings it back on the right side. He gets 5 and 6 yards. That's about it. So the Texans will start at the 26-yard line. There is a flag. Is that another late hit out of bounds? That'd be great. Penalties are actually pretty low today. 3 for each team. This will be the 7th. Still not clear about what's going on. I want one of those Texans hoodies. Oh, it's against the kicking team. That's nice. But what is the penalty? Hopefully it's an unsportsmanlike conduct or a late hit. Another 15 yards would be nice. The commentators are saying this might go against Denver. Of course it is. They were pointing towards Denver. Duh. Derp. They're over there talking with D'Amico, trying to decide what they want to do. I don't know what's going on, but they're waiting to see. Okay. Come on. Tell us what's up. Holding on the kicking team. 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. 1st and 10. J.L. Skinner on the Broncos. Look at that. He grabbed him and pulled him down. You can't tackle players, retard. Oh my gosh. The kicking team runs by a returning team guy grabs him by the shoulder pads and pulls him down and throws him to the ground. How dumb is that? I mean, come on. You just cost your team an extra 10 yards. what is with some of these players? Short commercial break while the Texans get set up 1st and 10. Hilarious. I believe at the 36-yard line or so. At their own 36. Pretty good field position. It's not bad. Man, my hands are freezing cold, and I don't have more hot water. I could use one more round of hot water. Maybe in the next commercial break, I'll heat up one more bottle of hot water. It is getting close to 6 a.m. here in Hiroshima. And after this game is over, I will be going back to bed. I'm going to sleep, hopefully for about another 3 hours. Get up, do some things around here with Glenn. And then I've got to drive to Hiroshima City. Big news for me. Today I'm picking up a key to an apartment. I have a Vietnamese friend who has a Vietnamese friend, a friend of a friend. He is going to be going back to Vietnam in a couple of days. And he has an apartment that he needs to keep from now until June. But he will not be here. So he's going to rent the apartment to me for very, very cheap. And the good thing is that I'll be able to stay in it all winter, which I really need. I need the nice, clean, warm space during the winter. There's a handoff on the first down. Chubb goes right up the middle. Keep chubbing, keep chubbing. First down. A late flag comes in up the middle. Face mask. Let's call a face mask. Add 15 on to the end of the play. What do they got? What do you got? Holding on the defense. I mean, the offense. Darn it. They're going to take the Texans back 15 yards. 15 yards backwards from the spot of the foul. What a dope-headed play. That's going to take them back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 1st and 20. Yay. Chubbs gets a run right up the middle for 10 yards, and that's nullified with offensive holding. No, it's 1st and 14. 1st and 14. Draw play. Marks goes over on the left side. He moves it forward. Nice little run. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards. It's not bad. Nice little power forward on the left side by Marks. Panthers and Packers tied at 13 with about a minute and a half left in the game. Oh, man, raviolis. Daryl, are you going to have the Chef Boyardee ravioli? I haven't had that in probably 20 years. 2nd and 7. One man in the backfield with Mills. Mills throws it to the left side. He's got Schultz. But he comes up about 4 yards short. It'll be 3rd and 4. Come on, guys. You got 8.5 minutes left in the 4th. We really got to get this first down. It's very important. Hey, Jay. Jay says, come on, Texas, beat the Broncos. The Chargers won. Who did the Chargers play? I can't remember. 3rd and 3. 3rd and a long 3. It's a short 4. Mills drops back. He runs forward. He doesn't have anybody. Now somebody on the wing. Come on, turn. Go, 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 go. He lunges forward. But he's only able to get about 1 yard. They're going to be short. 4th down and 3. The punt team is going to come out again. This game gets locked up at 15, and nobody can move it down the field suddenly. He started to run. He didn't have anywhere to go, and then he had a man on the left side, but he got completely destroyed by like 5 or 6 Broncos. How did half the team get over there so fast? 4th and 2. Here comes the punt. The kick is away. All the way down to about the 15. Oh, it's going to bounce. Get it, get it, get it, get it. It's down at the 1. Great special teams. Look at that special teams, and the kicker is running all the way down there to congratulate those guys. You got to look at this. Look how awesome this was. The ball bounced towards the end zone, and look at him. He knocks it back. Okay, so they've thrown the challenge flag because they think that maybe they got his foot got on the line when he touched the ball. Okay, so they're saying it's a touchback. He had his foot on the line when he touched the ball. Jamal Hill blows it. A great play by one guy is messed up by another. Hill cost him. He should have let it go. He shouldn't have put his hand on it. He had his foot on the line. Touchback, so the Broncos get a lucky break. The ball's on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Nix is back. He's got a man in motion. He hands it off. No, he throws it to the right side. Fake handoff to pick up about 4. 2nd and 6. It was a really nice effort, but they came up a little short on it. It would have been nice to have the Broncos backed up to the 1-yard line. 6:45 left in the game. 2nd and 6. Nick's in the shotgun. He's got a man in motion. 5 seconds left. He goes under center. He's going to have to hurry. 3. He backs up. 2, 1. They barely get it off in time. He's back. He's rushed out of the pocket. He throws downfield, and his man is there, but he's covered, and he fumbles the ball and drops it. 3rd and 6. Not many options there for Nix. A little desperate there on that throw. The throw was underthrown. Third down and 6. Big play right here. Nix drops back to throw. He runs forward and burns it down the middle, and it's incomplete. Right through the hands of the receiver. He had a guy. He whipped it to him. And it was Sutton again, this time right in his hands. And he dropped it. 4th and 6. 6 minutes left in the 4th. Just a little too far ahead of him. Crawshaw is back for the punt. Here comes the kick, and it's away. Big punt. Out of bounds and through the end zone, luckily. Touchback. Crawshaw destroyed that ball 76 yards. With the touchback, it turns into a 56-yard punt. That's crazy. Man, that dude can destroy the ball. Dude's got a leg. Texans are going to have the ball at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10. 6 minutes left in the fourth. 15 up. 15 all. Mills is back. Fakes the handoff. Goes to the left side. He's got some time. He's going to have to run. He slides down after about a 6-yard gain. I'll take that on 1st down. Absolutely, Brutus. Let's get an actual TD, Texans. 2nd and 4. 5:40 left. Come on, Texans. Do it for Stroud. 2nd and 4. Mills under center. He's going to hand it off right up the middle. Chubb maybe gets a yard. 3rd and 3. Five minutes left. Big play right here. Mills in the shotgun. He's got one man in the backfield. He's going to throw. It's knocked down at the line. Are you kidding me? Allen knocks it down at the line. Wow. Everybody had a chance to knock that one down. Mills, what are you thinking? 3 linemen had the opportunity to knock that down. 4, maybe. The 3rd guy knocked it down. Another punt with 4th and 3 and 4:40 left. Here it comes. All the way down to the 5, and it's going to bounce back into the end zone for another touchback. These punters are exchanging long punts right now. So what's impressive about the 4th quarter? The punters. That's it. The punters and the defense so far. That's it. 1st and 10 for the Broncos at their own 20. 4:40 left in the game. How about a defensive score? Maybe that's the only touchdown that the Texans will get this game. Is a defensive touchdown. Jay wants to know if it's still the same day for me from the World Series. No, it is not. It is 6 a.m. 6 a.m. the next day. It is Monday morning for me right now. 6:05 a.m. Nix is back in the shotgun. He's got one man in motion, and here's the snap. He completes it on the right side, and they grab him in the backfield. He breaks that tackle and moves forward for about 3 or 4 yards. Second down and 7 for the Broncos. Yeah, Brendan, this is just like the Blue Jays game, right? Blue Jays were ahead by just a little bit most of the time, and then at the end it gets tied up. It better not end the same way, though. 2nd and 7, Nix in the shotgun, 4 left on the play clock, 3, 2. He gets the snap. Here's the toss on the right side again. He runs forward, and he gets the first down. That time, the defense was too soft on the right side. 1st and 10. Looks like the Panthers beat the Packers with a last-second field goal, 16-13. Come on, defense. We got to shut this down and get that ball back. We got 3:45 left in the game. 1st and 10 Broncos. Clock is winding down. They barely get it off in time. Nix drops back. He has to throw it to a guy on the right side, and he gets immediately crushed. Loss of 2 yards. Nice D. Nice D there. Nix didn't have anywhere to go. Boom, baby. El Shire, is that who that was? Looked like it. Boom, baby. Yeah, El Shire all over him. And Bo Nix is like, that's my fault, baby, my fault. Do you think so? 2nd and 12. He hands it off on the right side. They immediately take him down. He gets 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 11. Toe with the tackle. Well, you know, considering that Stroud was doing pretty well and he got taken out so early, we're still in the game, you know. I think that should be encouraging. Rita says we're 3 of 16 on 3rd down conversions. But you know what? It was like 3 of 4 with Stroud. And then after that, it just became really difficult. So we're still in it, though. 3rd and 11. Shut it down right here. He throws it over the middle. Are you kidding me? Complete. About a 14-yard gain for 1st down. The Texans defense really needed to come through right there. It's the 2-minute warning. They really needed to come through, and they let them pick up the 1st down right down the freaking middle. Two minutes left. Broncos with the ball in midfield. I am enjoying football, Brendan. It's been nice. I've been kind of like with the Rockets. I've been getting back into it, you know, getting a feel for it again. Getting used to the players and the teams. I'm disappointed with today's game because Stroud got knocked out. Well, he didn't literally get knocked out, but they took him in on concussion protocol. What I mean is that he got knocked out of the game early. He was not even in half the game, and he got taken out. If he had stayed in the game, I guarantee you that the Texans would have at least 1 touchdown and another field goal right now. But unfortunately, because Mills is largely ineffective at moving the ball down the field, they haven't even been able to get close enough to put more field goals on the board. And because of that, just 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion was all the Broncos needed to tie it up. And now they have the ball at midfield 2 minutes. This game is literally in the hands of the defense right now. You know, the Murphy's Law thing. Anything that can go wrong will. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And I feel like the Texans had all of the tools at their disposal that they needed to win this game. And it was all going not amazingly, but it was going well enough. And then Stroud got knocked out. And from there, the offense just basically stalled. And the defense has been doing their best. But right now, they're in a difficult situation. 2 minutes remaining in the game with the ball at midfield. And they're tied. Broncos only need a field goal. And I don't see Mills doing I don't see Mills driving down the field with seconds left and leading the Texans to a victory. So the defense really needs to shut it down right here. 1st and 10, here's the play. Nix runs on 1st down, and he stumbles down after a yard gained. 2nd down and 9. That was a designed run for some reason for Knicks. One and a half minutes left. Timeout called. Broncos call a timeout. 2nd and 8. Each team has 2 timeouts left. Valmaluia. I'm in Colorado listening to you in Japan. That's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? One minute and 32 seconds left. Broncos have the ball, 2nd and 8 in midfield. Texans having to rely completely on their defense this entire game. And right now, the most important part. 2nd down and 8. Nick's in the shotgun with nobody in the backfield. He drops back. He's going to have to rush out on the right side. He's being rushed. He's going to throw it away. 3rd and 8. Good defense. 3 Texans were back on him. He floated backwards and didn't have anywhere to go. Yeah, he felt the heat, had nowhere to go, had to throw it. Throw it away. Big down. 1 minute and 26 seconds. 3rd and 8. Here we go. 2, 1, 0. Delay of game. There's pressure, and they chasing him out to the right side. He throws it, and he's got a man, but he misses the throw. 4th down. Nix was rushed again. He had to run to the right and throw back to his left. The blitz from the Texans pushes him out of the pocket, and he misses the throw. Fourth and 8. 1 minute and 21 seconds left. They're going to have to punt it. They didn't even get close enough to try that long field goal. Crawshaw's back. Here comes the punt. And it's away. This one's a little shorter. It's going to be caught around the 12-yard line, and that's where the Texans will start. 1 minute and 14 seconds left. It's tied 15-15. Mills comes in the game. Davis Mills. He has 3 career game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. His last one was in 2023 at Indiana. Opportunity for him to fill the shoes of Stroud. That's right, Brutus. Hero or zero. He's in the shotgun. First play, he drops back. He throws it down. He's got a man on the right side. Is there going to be some pass interference or holding there? Nothing called. It's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. 1:09 left in the game. Do you want overtime or do you want to give the ball back? You have to make a decision. Broncos still have 2 timeouts. You can't play around here. You got to do something. You're backed up too far. You need to move the ball. 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap. He's going to throw again. He's got a guy on the left side, and he's got it, but it's only about a 5-yard gain. Higgins has it. 3rd and a short 6. 1:05 left. The clock was stopped. Mills is back. He's got some pressure. He throws the ball, and he's hit as he throws, and that's incomplete. 1 minute left. Houston takes almost no time off the clock. 4th and 6. You know what? I don't even want overtime. I just say go for it on 4th and 6. Don't punt it away. Just go for it on 4th and 6. Do or die, baby. Here's the punt. It is away. All the way back to the 28-yard line. He brings it back a few yards. They're going to start on the 36. That right there is what changed the game. Stroud getting knocked down. After that, Stroud was taken out, and nothing has been the same since then. If the Texans get lucky, it'll go into overtime. But the Broncos have a kicker that can kick it over 60 yards. So they're going to have to shut them down once again, just like the whole freaking game, basically. They're going to have to rely on their defense. 50 seconds, 2 timeouts remaining for the Broncos. Game is tied, 15-15. Nix is back in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Throws it out on the wing. He's got a little bit of room. He's knocked out after 3 yards. 2nd and 7. 44 seconds left. Yeah, Mills is not a starter for a reason, you know, Brutus. 59 people watching right now. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Make sure you leave a like on the live stream if you don't mind. 2nd and 7. Here's the snap. Nix rolls out to the right side. Here he's gonna try it, and he's gonna run. He's gonna have plenty of room, and he's gonna get a first down and a lot more. He's all the way down to the freaking 35-yard line. They leave Nix wide open with a wide open. Look at this. All this field right over here on the left side. All of this is wide open, and he just takes off running. Now they're in field goal range, just like that. 1st and 10 at the Houston 36. 35 seconds left. Now's where we need the big defensive play. That's for sure. First down, they hand it off and go right up the middle, and he's wide open down the middle. First down, almost. All the way down to the Houston 26-yard line. Defense suddenly just shuts down at the wrong time. Bo Nix runs it halfway down the field. And then they hand it to the running back on first down, and he gets 9 yards. Second down and less than 1 yard. Offensive coordinator needs to be fired before he gets to his car outside. Yeah, I mean, Stroud was taken out, but the offensive play calls have been pretty crappy. 29 seconds left. Nix is back. It looks like they're going to hand it off and go right up the middle. And that's what they do. He gets stopped? No, he pushes forward after he gets hit behind the line. He gets the first down, looks like. Immediately, Nico calls timeout, but I don't think it's going to matter. 1st and 10. It's not like they have to do anything. The Texans don't have any more timeouts. Broncos can just keep pushing the ball forward. They still have 2 more timeouts. They can just keep pushing the ball forward, and if they don't get a touchdown, they can just kick a field goal, and there's no time left on the clock. You're welcome, Brutus. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. When is the next stream? I believe that before I head out to my trip, I think I'll have another NBA stream for the Rockets. Let's see. Oh, they're playing the Mavericks tomorrow. So tomorrow, I'll be doing the Mavericks and Rockets tomorrow. So that's sooner than I thought. So I will be here tomorrow. 1st and 10 with 24 seconds. Here's the snap. Nix rolls out on the left side, and it's a designed run, and he gets 10 freaking yards and a first down. Yeah, the defense has checked out. They've just given up. They're going to let the clock run down to nothing. They're going to call the timeout with just a couple of seconds left. 3 seconds left. Broncos are going to kick a field goal and win it right here at the end. Unless the Texans block it. There's always a chance they get the big beefy paw up to block it. Will Lutz is 12 for 16 with go-ahead field goals in his career. 12 for 16 in the final minutes of the game for go-ahead or winning field goals for this guy. It's not a lock. That's another thing is I can't stand to lose to Sean Payton. I have bad memories of this guy with the Saints. Come on. Here's the kick. And it's good. That's it. Game's over. 18-15. The Texans lose to the Broncos. So the Broncos trail the whole game. They never had the lead until the last 3 seconds. Yeah, the odds of missing it were very low. But you never know, especially with a block. The Texans have a couple of guys on the team who have a lot of blocks in their career. So if he had blocked it, I wouldn't have been surprised. But in this situation, it was a little much to hope for. Brutus says, well, I won't let this game get me down. Everybody have a better day than our Texans did. But you know what? Look at the bright side. If Stroud hadn't gone down, they definitely would have won this game. There's no way they lose this game with Stroud in. Even with Stroud out, they only lost by 3. And the freaking Broncos were not able to get the lead until the very last play of the game. The very last play. But it did turn out like the Blue Jays-Dodgers game, didn't it? The Texans led by just a little bit the whole game. And then right near the end, the Broncos tied it up. And then right at the very end, in the very last moment, the Broncos pulled ahead. So similar to yesterday's freaking Game 7. Well, tomorrow the Rockets will be destroying their opponent, the Mavericks. Mavericks are 2-4. Rockets are currently, 3-2? They've managed to get themselves a winning record. But there's just some bad luck with the Texans right now with these freaking injuries. And when you combine that with bad offensive play calling, there's just not a whole lot they can do, you know. You're welcome. If you're a Colorado, or not Colorado, if you're a Denver fan, congratulations. If you are a Texans fan, I apologize. I do want to take a quick look at some of the stats right quick before we get out of here. Final stats, if possible. Texans wind up with 268 total yards. Broncos 271. They actually had 20 more passing yards overall than the Broncos, despite Stroud going out in the second quarter. Rushing yards were pretty low on both sides. The Broncos had 100. Texans had 77. Yards per play were low, 4.4 versus 3.7 for the Texans. Both teams had 15 first downs. Third down efficiency was bad on both sides. but the Texans were worse. 3 of 17 on third down. Absolutely horrible. 6 for 15, so the Broncos weren't much better. It looks, when you look at the stats, it looks like two bad teams playing, but really what it was two mediocre offenses playing against two strong defenses. 4 sacks allowed all day. The Texans actually did not allow any sacks in the second half. I think that if that had been the case with Stroud in the game, they could have scored a couple of touchdowns. Both teams punted the ball 8 freaking times. 16 punts in this game. And despite a fumble recovery and an interception, the Texans just could not capitalize enough to stay ahead and win the game. Mills was 17 for 30 with 137 yards. Stroud only had 10 attempts in this game before he was taken out. He was 6 of 10 for 79. If you double that, he would have been 12 for 20 with 160. So he would have outperformed Mills at just double that. But he was only in for basically one quarter. So you could say that in this game, he could have had at least 35 attempts, if not 40. And he could have had as many as 320, 350 yards. Could have added 1 or 2 touchdowns. Texans definitely would have won this game with Stroud, I think, 100%. Absolutely 100%. But as it stands, they lose 18-15. Oh, well, that's it. I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to get out of here. It is 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to try to get some more sleep. And I will see you guys and gals tomorrow for the Rockets-Mavericks game. Rockets should destroy the Mavericks tomorrow. They are predicted to win by about 85%. Not surprising at all. The highest leading scorer on the Mavericks team is averaging barely 20 points per game. Durant is getting 27 points with less than 3 quarters of game with less than 3/4 of the game played. I mean, he was all over it in the last game. He didn't even play in the fourth, and he had time to rest throughout the game. So he had himself a nice game. But I'll see you tomorrow for that Mavericks-Rockets game. And then from there, I hope you all have a really good week. Starting, I know that it's Monday for me, and your Monday will start tomorrow. I hope you have a good night. Thanks for joining. Much love to you all, and I will see you next time. Until then, let's go. Go Texans, go Rockets, go Stros. Bye-bye for now.